1 2. Check 1 2. Man, we made it to another one by God's grace. First day of 2025. New Year's. First day. New Year's Day 2025. Man, peace, peace, and more peace. DeMarcus, peace. What up? First on the chat. Salute, DeMarcus. Yeah, man, peace, and blessings. Kind of getting in early, starting the new year off on time, getting off this CP time, off this ninja time, trying to get all the way locked in, get on here prompt and on time. Big George, salute, walaikum salam, bro George. First day of 2025. KAM Live, campaign, KAM Pleasure, KAM Joy campaign, whatever. End of grace. That's what we talking about. And when I say grace, of course, I mean grace for the wicked, grace for the trifling, grace for the mischievous, end of grace for that. It ain't the end of grace for people that's righteous. Shorty McGriff, salute. What up, Shorty McGriff, tapping in from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Salute. Y'all seen the top stories today. New Orleans, the New Orleans alleged terrorist attack, allegedly black Muslim dude that claiming that they saying that he's supposed to be a member of ISIS or something like that. Suspect. It's definitely suspect. Why he would want to do that allegedly in New Orleans, Bourbon Street for the new year. So we're gonna see what that turns into, but just the fact that they kicking it off with a black male Muslim in America doing some terror, that's already letting me know what the agenda is. The agenda for the end of Biden's term, what he's trying to set the stage for, or not even Biden, because he's a vegetable. I'm talking about his real rulers. He's just a vegetable mannequin in the window that don't even, the clothes is falling off the mannequin in the window, so they got to get rid of the mannequin. But just the fact that, they're kicking off the year 2025, first day of the year with some, alleged black male Muslim terrorism on American soil, that already should be a red flag indication. Elmatic, salute. Wrench Mob, walaikum salam. Marlon Cozy, salute. Peace to you, man, and your family for the new year. Bro C, salute. Big Bro C, peace and blessings to you and your fam for the new year. Farasarati F, peace to you always, and peace and blessings of the Most High Allah. God to you and your family, peace and health and victory and blessings. Man. So yeah, we see the first day of the year is being kicked off as far as the enemy agenda, because there's warfare with us. So campaign, we on the campaign trail, the war trail, war path. But New Orleans, Louisiana, Bourbon Street, alleged black Muslim, a so-called affiliate of ISIS, active alleged terrorism, alleged suspect named Shamsuddin Jabbar, Shamsuddin Jabbar, or the infidels, the Americans say Jabbar like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but we know how it's pronounced. Out of nowhere, right? Out of nowhere, dude seems to be real. Just from the picture, I ain't seen no stories about it. I ain't read that stories is all over the place, but I ain't clicked on none of them. I just saw the thumbnails and the name. His name was Shamsuddin Jabbar, and he, of course, is a black man. I don't know if he's supposed to be Middle Eastern descent or if he's supposed to be homegrown, but whatever that the alleged terrorism crime definitely happened here on this soil. So to me, like I said, that's setting the stage for what they want Trump to do. They're setting the stage for what they want Trump to do. Because if, from what I see, Trump is still playing ball with Netanyahu and Israel and that agenda. So we'll see if this has to do with, them trying to keep up that agenda. We'll see shortly. And then Trump Towers in Las Vegas, a Cybertruck explodes. They said it catches fire. No, it explodes right in front of Trump Towers in Las Vegas. And a Cybertruck is Elon Musk, ain't it? Ain't Elon Musk the owner of the Cybertruck? Is the Cybertruck a Tesla? Is that Tesla or is that some other brand? But that's just interesting that we got a so-called terrorist attack right before Trump, takes office. And then we got a Cybertruck exploding in front of Trump Towers. That looks like a terrorist act or something, First of the year is kicking off with a bang, right? With some bangs, right? Man. Right. I was at home all night, officer. Yes, Tesla. So a Cybertruck is a Tesla. The automatic say it is a Tesla. So if it's a Tesla that's blowing up at front of Trump Towers for the new year, what kind of message is that sending? Got a so-called terrorist attack by a black Muslim in New Orleans that had explosives that he was allegedly trying to blow some stuff up also. And then we got a truck, a Cybertruck, Elon Musk Cybertruck blowing up in front of Trump Towers. Ain't that something? J5, walaikum salam, J5. Ahmad Jabril, salute. Wrench Mob, Teddy Styles, man, peace to you and your family in the new year and for the new year. Peace to all of y'all and y'all families and y'all health for the new year. Cuts by KD, walaikum salam. That story stinks. Skunk works. Sugar 1, greetings to everybody in the chat. Salute. Man, thank you for being here, Sugar, and adding that invaluable energy and content and contributions to the chat. We couldn't do it without each other. I couldn't do it without you and y'all. Brandon Harrell, peace to the God. 2025, all being born to born. Let's continue all things bringing all things into existence for better in all degrees of weather. Salute, Brandon, the God, Brandon. Well, swell, dude, not black. Boy, well, Snell, why is he not black? I guess we can kick it off early. We can kick the first I don't know, disputes or this he's not black. What is he, Well, swell. We can kick it off. Let me put this in the chat. Put this StreamYard link in the chat. Yeah, somebody ought to be an example. There's the StreamYard link. But as an empire falls from without, it also falls from within. Sugar, yep, where it eats itself from the inside. Exactly. And it's been over time. That's why I said grace is up. The grace period for the beast and the internal organs of the beast, the internal system of the beast is over with. It's up. You're going to see everything start imploding and exploding and collapsing and warring against each other. This is just the beginning. Same with the brother that got deleted at the hands of the correctional officers, in prison, that they just released that footage. You're going to see more and more of that. It's just going to get all the way ugly. It's going to be all the way bad. Torah trained kids. Torah, you got baby goats or you talking about children? Torah, big up, salute. Trinidad and Tobago, salute. Man, I sure wish you would change that last word. I hope you're not saying that you mean you're training children, because you definitely don't want to call these original gods kids. Kids are goats. Goats are the symbol of devil, the most rebellious of the animal, You have the sheep and the goats. If it was Torah trained sheep or lambs, I could go for that, but not kids. Not kids, Big Torah. Von Eric, blessings. Walaikum salam, everybody. Teddy Styles, the symbology is chilling. 25 gonna be ill. Yes, literally and figuratively. Jim Brown, America's still up to the same old dirty tricks. Oh yeah, the beast is beasting. The beast is beasting like never before. Ahmad Jabril sounds like another Love TKO. Yeah, I ain't gonna say that one. BL Senior, salute. Big BL. Robert Schenck. Excuse me. Robert Schenck. Salute. Cam, you laced up too. All militant. Hey, man. Ain't nobody gonna do it for us, Jim Brown. We got to do it for ourselves and each other. Wrench Mob. I ain't gonna say ninja. Wrench Mob Gods is the craziest. Adrian Martinez, man, heavy hitter, and he's here YouTube streets. Man, honor for you to be on the team, and you already know that. Tevis, salute Tevis. SSDD, keep up the. Man, I'm bad at acronyms. I don't know what that means, Big Tevis, but salute to you and the fam, and peace and blessings and victory in war to you and the fam for the new year. Elmatic, they claim he had an ISIS flag. Yeah, that's what I seen that. They say that they saw two men and a woman placing explosives on Bourbon Street. And I heard, I did read or heard an article saying that they think that they was planting something in the Superdome or whatever the dome is for the Super Bowl, where Lil Wayne wanted to perform, but Kendrick is supposed to perform. So I'm reading and hearing that there's supposed to be some kind of connection to that as well. Like they also intend to do something like that at the Super Bowl. So let's keep our eyes and ears open when it comes to that. Ayo, big Ayo, walaikum salam, peace, and blessings and victory and health. Absolutely. Elmatic, I live out here. They had over 300 plainclothes cops on the street and all other kinds of law enforcement, but nobody saw nothing. Impossible. No, that's impossible. The level of cameras and microphone surveillance that's going on there that is absolutely a lie. That's absolutely impossible. Not only did they not saw nothing, they probably saw just about everything. So we're going to see shortly. We're going to see very shortly. Well, swell, when you say black, the usually mean ADOS FB. I don't know what you mean. Well, swell. I don't know what you mean. Tevis, same. Oh, okay, got you. Same ish, different day or different toilet. Got you for sure. That's true. Very true. Live Pacquiao, Islam forbids me to be the aggressor. Yes. Islam forbids any of us to be the aggressor. So any clown or any Manchurian candidate, MK Ultra victim that was doing something like that, and y'all trying to claim that is, a Muslim thing or whatever, that's against the laws of Islam. So Muslims don't do that. Muslims are never the aggressor, and Muslims don't attack innocent people. So that's not Muslim business. That's not Muslim work for all y'all that don't know what the laws of Islam is. Rashad Hamilton, Drake sent that food. Shit, I can't repeat that one. Tim would like to see you and the Captain Tazariak debate again. Yeah, I would too. And we weren't really talking about debating. We was just talking about getting on and just opening ourselves up to questions, because we clearly disagree about what we disagree about, but we disagree in love and respect. So, we had planned to just get back on there and let y'all just ask us questions and see the difference in our answers and our proofs or whatever. So I'm still going, God willing, get with the bro on that. It's all love and all respect, even in the things we disagree about. But that's definitely on the agenda. Temp. Jim Brown, what got me is how they convinced it was an isolated incident. You can't make this stuff up, man. They add anything to the story to give it more zip. What's next? He had 4 arms, all right. And these people are incorrigible. Hey, man. Obviously, Illmatic, right? They so-called sweep the dome before every event. They're also having the Sugar Bowl here postponed it. Yeah, I heard that they postponed it because of this. But ain't none of these public places like that gonna be safe. I'm telling you, end of grace. This was the kickoff. This was letting y'all know what to expect. Now we so comfortable. We've been so spoiled by the grace. We've disrespected the God and the grace of God for so long. We think that we deserve it. We think ain't nothing gonna happen. Ain't nothing gonna happen. So that's why we're gonna be so off guard and so shocked and awed by the devastation and the destruction that we're going to run into now, thinking that it's all good. This is the first day of the new year is letting us know what we should expect. I wouldn't be in no big crowds of no type of public celebrations or sporting events or concerts or none of that. That I wouldn't. That's just me. I can't tell you what to do. Jim Brown, how they just know it was an isolated incident, right? That's pure BS. Madon, salute. My on the street contributor, Madon, Met. Yes. Big Yusuf, Wrench Mob, Walaikum Salam. Wrench Mob Ninjas, Wrench Mob Soldiers. He's the craziest. Shorty McGriff, another fear-mongering tactic to try to scare the people and make people look down on Muslims and to snatch the rights, to take away more and more of the rights, like you said, using fear tactics and threats of this and threats of that. We done seen this whole play from 9/11 all the way up into today, even before that. Operation Northwoods. If y'all ain't know anything about American history or military history, Operation Northwoods, you know what I'm saying? Look it up for yourself. See a lot. Peace, pushing the line. Got to do it. Yep. Tevis Muhammad, he seconds the motion. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad says, stay away from big crowds, especially in a time of war, especially in these last days. Stay away from big crowds. Stay out of big crowds, especially if the crowds is about sport and play or foolishness or mischief or, vanity. If it ain't about no, something like a spiritual or, reforming the people or, if it ain't nothing like that, you just stay away. Well, we'll see. Jamal Dunn, warning before the Super Bowl. Yep, absolutely. It's a warning for the wise. A hint to the wise is sufficient. That's sufficient for me. I think I'm pretty wise. I think I won't be out in none of these little parties and thinking it's party time when I know it's wartime. It's wartime. It's wartime. It's not party time. It's not sports time. It's not celebration time. But we'll see. We'll see. Each one of these days they go by. We'll see. Yeah. Illmatic. Yeah, one of the many times they tried to delete Castro. Yeah. Some of us know. Some of us are familiar with the lifestyle and with the tactics and with the aims and purposes and attempts of this enemy against us. Some of us is living in just delusion, thinking it's all good. So it's that grace that lulled us to sleep. And now we don't realize the storm is right above us. And we think the lull before the storm means that it ain't no storm. And all we can do, just like Noah, is just say, hey, I would suggest y'all take cover, take shelter, get in this ark. But, it ain't never rained before. You've been saying that same shit, Noah, for 150 years. Ain't nothing going to happen. Touche. You got it. Touche. Do what you like. Right. Live pack cows. Their signs. In there lies a sign for those who will reflect. Absolutely. That's a hell of a sign. That's more than a sign. That's like, that's literally a kickoff. You kick on off the new year with that type of loss of innocent life and his claim, allegedly another one of these claims that it's Muslims. Like, all right, y'all say so. Well, as long as y'all know it ain't these kind of Muslims, it ain't the suit and bow tie Muslims. We don't believe in that. We got no history of that. You know what I'm saying? We don't associate or condone that. So, but they trying to set that up to get us. You see how they coming. They coming for us. I'm talking about the NOI Farrakhan Muslims. They setting all that up for us. But we'll see. We'll see what the guy got to say about it. We'll see what the Allah and the person, that Eli, that Elijah Muhammad God have to say about it when it's all said and done. So I'm here to definitely open up the lines and get y'all's thoughts about the New Orleans situation, so-called Black Muslim terrorist act kicking off the new year, or the Las Vegas Trump Tower Cybertruck, Elon Musk Cybertruck explosion in Las Vegas, and what you think that means. And is it really the end of grace? So I want to hear from you. And anything else y'all want to talk about? It's a lot of madness that's going on that I can't address, on YouTube, and all kind of like local madness that I see that's coming to a head, and I don't think that there's too many days left for that and characters that's been keeping that up. So I like I said, end of grace means end of grace. So I just got my eyes open. I make sure that my family and my loved ones also got their eyes open. So off camera and off of public media, I definitely go into details about what we see and understand, and calling certain shots and predicting, this and that. But I can't do it for y'all publicly. But a hint to the wise. Kim Israel, are y'all seeing that all these so-called home terrorists are military? Quite a few of them are. I've been keeping up with all of them, but pretty much all of the ones I have been able to keep up with were military. Yeah, I can agree. Madon still at work. I'll hop on. Oh, it's all good. Take your time. We'll be here, God willing. We'll be here. Tesla withholding information. Them Tesla vehicles have HD cameras rolling 24/7. It's definitely a sign, right? Right. It ain't no such thing as non-surveillance. No such thing as that no more. No such thing as a private conversation, or something that's not being recorded. Cameras everywhere, not just on the ground, not just in smart cars or Teslas. Cameras everywhere. Microphones are everywhere. There is no sneaking through the cracks or nothing like that. Not if you're doing dirt. Not if you're doing so-called terrorist stuff and blowing up stuff. Man, y'all better look at the dude that I had posted up. Candace Owens was interviewing from the USS Liberty. The USS Liberty. And what that whole story is about, and Operation Northwoods, and the whole understanding the whole military tactical concept called false flags. False flags exist. False flags exist. Soldier for Real Life. You seen what happened to Robert Brooks? I'm not sure who that is. Is Robert Brooks the brother that got his life taken in by the COs, by the prison guards in custody? Or is it somebody else? Kim Israel, MK Ultra. Yep. Manchurian candidates, MK Ultra mind control is very real. You know what I'm saying? Especially for people that have signed up for that military, for this enemy's military. You open yourself up to let them do anything to your mind and your body. You are government property. Y'all know that. Anybody that's in the military or have family in the military, when you sign that, induction and all of that into the military, you are government property for the government to do what they please, what they see fit with you, with you, your body, your mind, whatever. You signing yourself over to them. You belong to them. I don't see how in the hell any descendant of slave in their right mind would ever do that, or anybody, but shit, hey, that's what it is. That's what it is. Jamal Dunn, definitely a sign. It blew up at Trump Tower, not a coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidences. Cold Dog 73, they are Manchurian candidates. Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. That's what it looks like to me. So it looks like to me. Kim Israel, yeah, the end of grace. And I'm not saying that the end of grace for everybody, but the end of grace for the wicked and for wickedness. The end of grace for wickedness, for evil, for deception. We've been living under grace. Now grace is being removed, and grace is only going to be for those that's actually righteous and that's practicing righteousness. Anything else is uncivilized or unalived. It's going to be unalived. Tevis, this will be the year of they better get the spin doctors. Thank Allah for the final. Yeah, they definitely they're gonna go big and go home. They're gonna go big with the dragon flood of propaganda against the black man and the black Muslims, especially the NOI black Muslims. So this is the year. This is the season. Big Harv, the military pushes every juice, every Jim Jones juice known to mankind soon as you join, and that's just the beginning. Yeah, they hit you with the whole pack, the whole 12, like what they used to back in the 80s or whatever. They hit you with the whole, I forgot what they call it, the little gun. They just shoot you with like 20. Lord knows what they hit you with now when you join in. They hitting you with the full pack. They emptying the clip, the Fauci clip on your ass. I don't know why you would open yourself up for that, but hey, I guess you think that's an honorable thing. You're going to be a hero. You're a patriot or something. You are tripping. You have slipped on the universal banana peel. If you did that, if you sending your children off to that and you praising them and making them think that that's an honorable thing to do for them to go off and join your former slave master's military and open their body and their mind and their psyche and their soul up to, to whatever these Satan's agendas and desires, to use them as little pawns to keep their satanic empire going. And you just happy that your child is a pawn in they on their chessboard. Shame on you. Shame on you. Kim Israel, my mother made it to sergeant. Something happened. She's not the same person. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's why we pray for peace for the new year, because we are at war. The war is not against nobody overseas. The war is against us. The war is waged on. It really ain't even been a war. It's been a slaughter. It's not a war until we wake up and actually fight back and fight the real enemy. So it probably just now is about to become a war. It's an information war first. Then it's a health war, and then it's, the other kind of war. So we ain't been at war. We've been slaughtered. We've been totally slaughtered. That ain't war. That's worse than war. Dre Thed, military is better than the pen. Says who? Hop on here with me, Dre Thed. Let's crack that open. 1,000% disagree. How's the military better than the pen? I totally disagree, and I would love to discuss that with you right quick. There's the StreamYard link. CowDog73 brother told me they was getting Larry Holmes every time they deployed somewhere new. Yeah, getting straight sick. Yeah. My older brother was in the military, the one that brought me in the nation. He was in the Navy for I think 6 years. He did all of that, shell back, all that, crossed the equator, went through all their little rituals, got all the little jabs that they had to offer back then in the 80s. Yep. Man, you can't tell me nothing. I know what I'm talking about. Blockbuster. I'm not the same person myself after the military. I'm full of rage because I was trained to delete human beings. Right? You wasn't trained to fish and and farm, and slaughter farm animals. No, you was taught to do that to human beings. You're absolutely right, Blockbuster. So how you just gonna turn that off? They know what they did to us. They know what they doing to us. You don't get trained to do that and go practice that, and then just because you come back over here, you turn that switch get turned off or something like that. They know what they did. That's why they got so many of our people that's vets living under the freeway, and they ain't getting no help and no VA loans. Like, they just disposable diapers, just use you for the worst type of crime and dirt, and then just dispose of you. So you can understand why a lot of these vets is crashing out like that. But they're not crashing out on the right people. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna really be a soldier, then you gotta, you don't just, but anyway, gotta identify who did that to you, who deceived you. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Loud Pacquiao, I served in my open enemy's military and I confess my faults. Same here. Like, even if we didn't, if we served in the hood, we served in the set, you know what I'm saying? We probably, did more damage to our own people here at home in our set than we would have did to, somebody we don't know that didn't attack us overseas. So we still just as guilty. So we all is just as guilty, whether we, went overseas and did something or we did it here. So we all confess our sins and beg for forgiveness and gotta, atone by making up for it by spending the rest of our life and time and energy fighting against the real enemy that deceived us into doing that. I got me personally, I got to even the score. Like, when they, once I know who my real enemy is, then I don't have no problem with fellow deceived black people no more. I'm going to turn my other cheek and forgive them, Lord. They don't know what they do, but I want the ones that do know what they do. I want the enemies that do know what they do. So that's what I do this for, to expose the enemy. This is this wave, this level of warfare, which is information warfare, using your tongue to cut down their hiding places, to cut down their lies. That double-edged sharp sword that come out your mouth, that truth is exposing them and cutting down all of their lies and their deceptions and their hiding places, exposing them. And then the next wave of warfare will be whatever that's going to be. Right? Blockbuster say I can't go to a PTSD meeting every Monday, right? I mean, they know, like I said, they know what they did. They know what they did. So some of us is repping for you. We know the damage that they did to our people, and that you might not be able to focus and really get at them the way that you need to. You need to focus on healing yourself up and chelation and getting all that shit up out your system and out your mind or whatever. Therapy, not enemy therapy, not slave master therapy, but your own people that been through the same type of thing, that actually love you, that can relate to you. We need therapists of our own people, not some some other people that that making money off of us. So that's what I'm here. This is even a form of therapy right here. A therapist is not going to charge you money, a real one, and they're not going to judge you or condemn you. We got to judge the situation, but they're not going to judge you, because we know that the law of cause and effect, you're suffering effects of somebody else's cause, that somebody else caused against your knowledge and against your will. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't aware of what they plans were and what they agendas were for you, and so you got to focus on just healing up. Don't worry about this. Let us handle. Let us ride for you. Let us ride for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got used or misused enough. How about you focus on healing up, healing yourself up mentally and physically? Kim Israel, she went missing for a year in their possession. No family contact. Yeah, I've seen a few stories about that over the past few years, especially black women in the military that, speak out, because, black women got a mouth. And if they feel like something is unjust or they think that they actually got poor black women, bless your heart, that think you can actually talk shit to the slave master or to the Satan devil when you signed up to be in his captivity and be his slave, or and then you start seeing something that don't look right and you think you can talk, no, you're totally captured now. So they'll silence you. You know what I'm saying? You'll be missing and they won't say what happened to you, and they'll say something, she drowned, she was out there swimming and trying to have a good time, or it's just our ignorance. We destroy for a lack of knowledge of our enemy. We go actually sign up for the enemy. We diss Farrakhan. We diss your real black army, your black, military, to go sign up for the devil's military. And then when they do what devils do to us, then, so that's why, I'm here not to condemn, but I'm here to remind. That's all we are, is reminders. If people can't take the truth or can't take being reminded of the truth, then I'm not the guy to listen to. This ain't the place for you. You might want to go somewhere where they tell you the sweet words that you want to hear. We don't do that over here. We talk about the truth, the uncomfortable, painful truth that hurts. That's what we need to hear. And we got to try to live up to it. That's what we're doing, living up to it. So that's why it's not so celebration, happy-go-lucky. We're not drunk. We're not drinking, smoking, popping pills. We're not celebrating, partying, none of that. We surviving. This is warfare. We survive. We're not grim. We do that. We have, fun and enjoy ourselves with our family and friends. But when I get on here publicly, it's not to party. It's not to celebrate. It's not to celebrate. It's to prepare us. That's our problem. We celebrating failure. We celebrate too much. What is there to celebrate? You know what I'm saying? What is there to party about? I should say. Party? What the hell what is we partying about? We gonna party to celebrate what? Failure? Failure? Sickness? A funeral? We get together and party? Nah. Cal Dog 73. We as black people, period, got PTSD, especially the ones in these streets. Absolutely. We the real veterans. We the real ones suffering from PTSD our whole life, not from because we just did one little campaign, one little tour for a few years overseas. No, our whole life is a tour. Our whole life is a tour, active duty tour. You're gonna see something that's gonna traumatize you if you black in America. You're gonna see your loved one brains hanging out, or you're gonna see this, or you're gonna see that. Or you're gonna participate. So, well, at least if you're a male, if you're a black male. Triple OG White Low. Hey Cam, I'm genuinely curious. Is there a possibility is there a possibility for a white guy to become NOI? When I lived in East Oakland, I walked in the NOI building thinking it was a Christian church and I left. Yes, absolutely. There's white people in the NOI. It's just for the season that has been going on, white people weren't allowed in the mosque. They're in the nation. They just not allowed in the mosque, or they haven't been, because actually some are now. They haven't been allowed in the mosque because we couldn't afford, mentally, we couldn't have that distraction. The same people that's responsible for mentally putting us in the condition that we in, even if you didn't do it and you renouncing the wicked works of your forefathers or whatever, still we're carrying the subliminal and subconscious worship or terror or fear of white people or white Jesus or white God or whatever like that. So it's safer. It's, the germs is like we in the ICU. We in intensive care, spiritual and mental intensive care, fresh off a flatline. And so we can't be around the same germs, mental and spiritual germs that put us in that condition, even though you wasn't responsible for doing it yourself. But, your forefathers are responsible and your people currently are responsible. So we're not wise enough and mature enough to be able to separate the difference. So it's safer just to keep all white people out, so we don't have to be worrying about, how you feel if we talking about the devil and what white people did to us, and we cutting our eyes at you and seeing, especially if you a guest or a friend of one of ours or whatever, So that's just too much distraction for us and for you. So it's safer for both parties if you study and you practice separate. Just like the men and the women sit separate. We don't sit together because that's a distraction for us. We on the same team. We the same people, but we can't even be distracted by our own women. So they got to sit on the other side of the building, on the other side of the room, I should say. But that's a great question. And back in 1934, most honorable, Master Fard Muhammad, whose mother is a white woman, his mother is white, pure white from the Caucasus Mountains. But back in 1934, he taught us that there was approximately 3 million white Muslims, what they call Muslim sons or Freemasons or Shriners in America way back then. So that's why when you hear the lies about Malcolm X changed because he went to Mecca and saw that they was white Muslims, like he didn't have to go to Mecca to know that. The lessons that we all get since 1934 teaches every registered Muslim that there was 3 million white Muslims back in 1934. So yes, white people are members of the Nation of Islam. They just can't be members of the mosque. They can't be in the mosque with other people that's still mentally dead, suffering from white supremacists, white supremacy poisoning. So that's too much of a distraction for new converts. Zabak the midget. Ninjas who ain't got nothing going on or no ambitions, always telling everybody the worst is coming. The worst is coming. You want to hop on here with me, Zabak? I'm not too sure what you're referring to, but I'm definitely saying the worst is coming. So you want to get on here with me this first day of the so-called new year and provide some backup or some content or some receipts, or is not the world getting worse? Is not the worst coming? And is the world getting better? Is conditions getting better, or are they getting worse? Mexicali, salute. Stop celebrating. Party in 2010 was the awakening. Monique, peace, Monique. Greetings to you. I know I'm going slow. Let me try to catch up. Malaika Sheik, Malaika, salute, just arrived. Have you ever, Triple OG White Log, have you ever did the Hajj and go out to Mecca? No, not the Mecca in the Middle East. I've been to the Mecca here in this holy land. I've been to Mecca and Medina here, which is Chicago and Detroit and Phoenix, Arizona. But I'm trying to go live. Trying to go live with anybody that's disagreeing with anything you heard me say or heard me post. There's a StreamYard link. You don't have to show your face. It's the beginning of the year. We don't have to get loud. This is not Clubhouse. This is not a yell-a-thon. I do not like yelling. I don't like fast talking, so I don't allow fast talking or yelling. I got nothing but respect and time, to listen and let you say your piece, as long as you're not slandering or lying, because then I'll cut you off. But if you disagree with me, that's what I'm welcoming. I'm encouraging, I'm challenging, or allowing myself to be challenged. I actually want you to challenge me. How about that? That seemed like that's safer. Instead of being worried about whether I'm going to challenge you back, get on here and challenge me. Get on here and challenge me and question me. And I'll try not to even question you. How about that? Let's see how strong my defense is. My defense might be so strong that it's actually offense. So how about I won't even put you on blast? I won't even press you or pressure you. Just question me. Use your disagreement and your opposing position to question me. How about that? That sounds safe, right? Challenge me, question me, and you don't have to worry about me swinging back. That sounds fair, right? Yeah, Cal Dog, where partner at that said the military was better than the pen. Exactly. I would kind of have to ask him a couple of questions, but I'll try to answer. Just ask me a question. Just challenge me, like, because you made a statement which makes me want to question you. But if you don't how to pose your position in a question form, then I don't even have to question you. I'll just answer your questions and prove it. I'll prove my point without even having to ask you nothing. Shelby Hawkins, damn, Cam, I didn't know there was that many white Muslims in America. And this is 1934. So, white people outnumber us in this country, right? So it's approximately 50 million black people in this country, the descendants of slaves, black people. I think it's 3 times that amount of white people. White people have been the majority in this country, you know what I'm saying? Since, the Native American, since they was able to push the Mexicans out and decimate the Native American population or whatnot. So yeah, they became the majority. They became the dominant population. So of that, in 1934, of the however many 100 million that it was or whatever white people back then, they're the majority in this country, but they're the minority on the planet. We original people, dark people, outnumber them 11-1. Or this was back in 1934. Back in 1934, we outnumbered them 11-1 on the planet. They are the gross minority. They even more minority than 11-1 today in 2025. But back in 1934, there were approximately 3 million white Muslims, and they called themselves Freemasons or Shriners or whatever. So they practiced Islam in secret societies and temples and stuff like that. So you see them with the little fezzes on and all that, and you don't know what they studying. Freemasonry is Islam. It's just white people practicing Islam in secret. Studying, I should say, Islam in secret. Ahmad, I don't see his comments. He must have been removed. Don't remove nobody. So Wrench Mob, don't remove nobody. Don't remove. It's a new year. This is the first day of a new year. We're not removing nobody, and unless they just blatantly coming with some craziness that's a nuisance, that's derogatory language or something. Then that. But if it's somebody that just getting on your nerves a little bit, you know what I'm saying, don't block them. I want them. That's who I want. Knowledge, wa alaikum salam, and happy Savior's Day. Same to y'all, and peace and blessings and health and victory in war for you and your family for the new year. Peace, Kim Israel. Peace to you. God willing. Yep. Robert Epps, this is the year of the Nation of Islam. Allah showed me the sun, moon, and star in the sky, just like the Nation of Islam flag here in New Orleans. Ain't no coincidence. Ain't no coincidence that happened in New Orleans with the so-called Muslim that so-called allegedly represents the sun, moon, and star. But we don't have no comment other than our eyes and ears is open. I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I know that Muslims don't get down like that. So if he really did that, he's not no Muslim. He's not no real Muslim. Anybody can claim they're a Muslim, just like the white people that enslaved us claimed that they was Christians, right? They was claiming Jesus and the prophets. Were they really Christians? The people in Israel claim to be Jews and holy people of God. Is that true? The Pope claims to be the vicar of Christ. Is that true? Shit. So just because somebody claimed to be something, does that mean that's really what they are? How can you tell if somebody is really what they claim to be? What's the criterion? What do you go by? Their words, or do you go by their actions and their track record? Who got a better track record than Farrakhan? Whether you Christian, Muslim, Jew, Hindu, who got a better track record than Farrakhan of being a leader, a head of state, a messenger, a servant, a soldier, a warrior? Like who covers all those check boxes better than the living man Farrakhan? Not some dead leader. We can't say no dead leaders. We don't do dead leaders. We don't do dead prophets or dead representatives. We're talking about living. Leader, the root word of leader is lead. Who has taken the lead? Who went out front and faced this enemy before you knew the enemy even existed? Who was in the lead? Who's leading the charge against Satan or against wickedness or against black on black crime or against ignorance? Who's the leader? Who's the leader of black people alive on the planet today? He ain't my leader. Yeah, well, you're lying. You're lying. Just because you don't know that he led you don't mean he's not your leader. Just because you don't know you're following and benefiting from his leadership don't mean he's not your leader. Ahmad Jabril, white Muslim don't even sound right. Why not? Why white Muslim don't sound right? The color white is not evil. Muslims come in all shapes. The Quran say that he made them, all hues and all colors and all shapes. Why white Muslim don't sound right? That comment don't sound right, Ahmad. Malika, what movies did you and your daughters watch last night? What did we watch? Dang, I got a short-term memory. Dang, I forgot. It was pretty decent though. It was like an animated movie called I think Jamie Foxx. It was called Soul. It's a little Disney movie. I thought it was gonna be some PDF file type, because they always dropping some PDF file type poison germs or some rainbow germs, but it's a little animated movie called Soul that was pretty interesting. Y'all probably should check that out. Soul. My youngest daughter is the one that recommended it because she's seen it, and she said, they deep, man. They deep. These children are deep. They understanding some concepts that we would never understand at their age or in our generation. So it's the little animated movie where Jamie Foxx is I think the lead character is about the little jazz dude, the dude that like piano jazz or whatever. And I ain't gonna give it away, but that's what we watched, and it was real deep, real inspiring to have some spiritual type conversations. And shouts out to whoever did that, because I didn't see no germs in it. I'm sure it was some germs in it, some but I didn't see none off top. Big Hard, right. Farrakhan got a flawless record. Robert Epps, the Holy Quran says that they plan and Allah plans, and Allah is always the best of planners. Absolutely right. Knowledge. The demon target is the shy, but Allah is the best knower. Absolutely. Absolutely. Reuben Muhammad, Big Rube, Walaikum Salam. It is finished. It is finished. Time that thou knowest, time shall be no more. It is finished. Brother Cam got a question. Do you believe that there's a chance that we might be the original Native Americans? We talking about the black people. We the native earthlings, not just America. We the natives to every part of the planet. But it's a specific tribe that got taken and destroyed, taken overseas to a strange land, right? So once we leave a certain land and settle somewhere else and call that our land, our homeland, or our throne, then enough generations or centuries or whatever go by that this land is strange to us now. This is not our home, so to speak, or our throne. So when the Bible talk about in Genesis, know for surety, Abram or Abraham, that your seed, your descendants shall be captives, slaves in a land that is not theirs. It's not their land. That's not their homeland. That's the distinction that we're going by. So people say FBA and ADO, that's all cool, because even if it was black people here that was never brought from Africa and got mixed in with the black people that got enslaved from Africa, yeah, you still are, you still are due the reparations or whatever, but there's a specific people that got brought over here, and this is not their land, that the Bible fulfills that. That's why reparations ain't a political thing. It's not going to be sorted out by no politics. It's going to be sorted out by the God that knows who's who. The God and his angels, that's human beings that knows who's who. They know who's who. Nobody's going to be robbed. You can't rob God, and God ain't going to rob you. But if you don't believe in God, you don't believe there's a God, then that's your problem. If you believe in politics instead of God, you believe in politicians and shit, or activists, black activists instead of God, then that's on you. I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we the native people of the whole planet. We're not just native of America. We native of every continent on the planet. Yeah. Prophet Muhammad, La Pacquiao said, Prophet Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the Prophet Muhammad of Arabia 1400 years ago, peace be upon him, was a white man. Absolutely. So how can we hate white people because they white if the prophet whose name we wear, Elijah Muhammad, Master Fard Muhammad, was a white man? Robert Epps, the 25th chapter of the Holy Quran is called Al-Furqan, the discrimination. This is the year of Farrakhan. I mean, every year is the year of Farrakhan, but this is the year of something specific regarding Farrakhan that has to do with the events and overwhelming events. And that's going to come to pass. But, 2025, first day of 2025, according to the Gregorian calendar, we know according to our calendar, the New Year's is never in the winter. Life don't start with death. Life start with life. Life starts in spring. So the beginning of the year is in the spring, the end of February. The real New Year is the end of February. But according to these deceivers and people that can change the names of everything, then of course they're gonna change this clock or this calendar also. But we just go along with, we humor them. Message to the black man 68. The people of Islam are black people, and their numbers are made up of the brown, yellow, and red people. He's talking about the nature, right? So the people of Islam is the nature of black people, but it's for everybody, and it's the nature of the other people. But the opposite of us don't have the same nature. But that don't mean that they can't become Muslims. That's the whole point. The whole point of Prophet Muhammad being the greatest of prophets is because he was white, and he did prove that white people can conquer their weak devil nature and become holy and righteous by learning and living like the original righteous black nation, studying our nature, studying our ways and our actions, which is Islam. So we put our ways and actions and principles in a book and called it religion and gave it to the races. But now we need the book ourselves because we fell into devilness and savagery and zombiness, just like the opposite race did. So we need our own book of our own nature to practice it as a religion until we can get back to it being our nature, not second nature, but our first nature. So we're the proof. The niggas, the ex niggas, the mentally dead zombie black devil niggas are proof that the teachings work. Proof that Islam is the salvation for black, white, and everything in between. Rube said the original man is the God and owner of the earth and knows every square inch of it and has chosen for himself the best part. He did not care about the poor part. The best part at this point is in Mecca, Arabia, right? That's the power point, the power center. The energetic power center of our planet right now is Mecca, Arabia, and also Egypt, Cairo, Egypt and Mecca and Egypt. But in reality, the root of civilization or the best part of our planet is wherever God is. Wherever God is the best part of our planet. I don't care nothing about Mecca, Arabia, or Egypt, or nowhere else. Wherever God and his Mahdi and his Messiah are is the best part of the planet. That's how that works. So I want to be with them. I don't care nothing about Africa or Middle East or none of that. I want to be wherever they are. That's the best part of the planet, wherever they are. Robert, the original name for Mecca is called Baka. Yeah, in Arabic, Baka, Mecca. Different names, but as long as we know the same, we talking about the same places, same thing, right? Same thing that what Ruben said, the best part of self, right? The East, your brother from the East, you get a free transportation in the holy city. The holy city is not necessarily geographical location on the earth. The holy city is the best part of yourself, the East, the side of your brain, the hemisphere of your brain where creative thought and righteousness and mastery and all of that come from. Your brother from the East, free transportation in your own brain, in your own kingdom, in the kingdom of heaven, which is in you. It's not in Mecca, Arabia. It's not in Jerusalem. It's not in space, in the sky. The kingdom of heaven is your brain, is in you. So that's the Mecca and the Medina that you need to make the pilgrimage to. You know what I'm saying? To see Allah, or you know what I'm saying? Make them 7 circuits around the ancient house. You, the black brain, the original black man and woman. Do we think that Allah lives at the Kaaba? Do we not know that those are just rituals that's pointing to something real? That's not real. You're going to get blessed because you kiss a little stone in the corner of a black building that looks like a vagina? You think just kissing that is and bowing down and doing rakas and bending, you think that's magic? Or is that symbols that's preserving a secret meaning and a knowledge of something? Who is the real black house? Who is the real ancient of days? You know what I'm saying? Who is the real Kaaba that everybody is going to make pilgrimage to and make circuits around. They're going to come to thee on every lean camel and from every remote path. It didn't say it's going to come to the house. It said they will come to thee. The house is the original ancient house, the ancient body, the black house of God, which also contains a vagina, you know what I'm saying? Meaning the black woman that you're going to have to kiss and bow down to also. Truth to power. You want to get on here? I'll answer that if you get on here. I absolutely have to see your face, see how old you are, see if you're black, white, or whatever, because I usually block stuff like that. But if you show me your face and you show me your spirit, and I want to see why you would ask that. So I will not answer nothing like that unless you show your face, because I want to see something. Nate the Greatest. Lord Jamar says in his new song that the sun is not 93 million miles away because space is dark. He believes the earth is flat. What's your thoughts? I mean, he's a disbeliever. He's a disbeliever. Like if you claim in the lessons, like, I mean, that's a conflict to me. That's disbeliever. So you don't believe in the lessons that you claim, because the lessons clearly say that the earth is spherical and that the earth is 93 million miles or 853 miles in circumference. And, you know, it gives you the actual facts, student enrollment and actual facts, supreme wisdom lessons by Master Fard Muhammad. So you're a disbeliever. I wouldn't say he's a hypocrite because, you know, he didn't really sign up for, you know, registered Muslims only. So, you know, to me, that's just a product of Clarence 13X ways and actions. It's not a diss. It's just like, you know, you're a disbeliever. I ain't gonna say you're a hypocrite. You're just a disbeliever. So, you know, all things come out in the wash. Everything comes out in the wash. Yeah, nah. Once you type it again, I already took care of that. Ahmad Jabril, thanks for the explanation. Would you agree that the so-called white Muslims shall talk to? Do you what it say? Would you agree that the so-called white Muslims shall talk to the other whites who in charge to repair the damage that was done for black people? No, no, no. I don't think so. I don't think no. I don't think so. I think they're finding people of like minds so they can squad up with their own people to get out the way, because they know what's coming, and they know that there is no convincing uh, their their people who's in charge. No, they know that's a wrap. So they're trying to distance themselves and make a distinction between them and those people and get out the way. That's what I think. Nate the Greatest, salute. What your thoughts on flat earthers or flat earth theory? Flat earthers, I think flat earthers are just rebels that's upset and disappointed that they have to submit to laws and authorities. They want to be their own authority. They want to be rebellious to the degree they want to prove something of that magnitude is false, so they can justify them not having to submit and obey and follow the instructions or the authority or the chain of command of nobody else. That's what I think. Prince Visionary.
Peace, brother Cam.
Peace to you, Big Prince. What's your thoughts, brethren? Peace to you on this so-called New Year's Day, to you and your fam.
Peace to you too, brother. I forgot. You know, I don't live in this world like that. And they was like, "Yeah, today's a holiday." I was like, "What? What holidays you even talking?" Oh, yeah, that day. I'm so happy. Whoever asked that, in the chat asked that. I wanted to inquire, how does someone who's as you say, a believer in Master WD Farrar Muhammad's teachings. When I heard him speaking about flat Earth and all that, and I was like, that completely conflicts with. And to be fair, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not technically a registered Muslim. You know, I'm from, you know, Detroit and all that, so
Yeah.
I caught it, you know, just
Right.
being in the streets or whatever.
Right.
But just for me reading it, I'm like, that completely conflicts with everything that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, Master WD Farrar Muhammad taught. And then he still says, no, but I'm still 5% on. It's like, but are you really though teaching that? Like,
Well, they don't the 5%ers under clearance 13X's definition is what he is. He's not a 5%er
yeah,
according to the actual authentic, you know,
right.
author of the material. So you can
Mm,
claim, you can give it whatever interpretation and definition that you choose to come up with, if that's how you rocking. But and I say
hmm
I wouldn't say that he's a hypocrite. I just say he's a disbeliever because he's
Yeah, yeah,
saying that
yeah. I
he
didn't call
doesn't
him that
believe
either.
it.
I just was confused.
Yeah, a hypocrite is somebody that claims they believe, but they
Right.
really don't. At least he's honest enough to say, I don't believe that. So he's just called a disbeliever. He's not a hypocrite.
hmm
Hypocrite is the worst.
right. Uh, like I've heard, you know, around about flat Earth, whatever, but I really never got off into it. I thought it was some new stuff, I guess, but it ain't like all that new, I guess. But
Mhm.
like my whole thing is, what's the whole point? Like, if it's flat or round, like, what does it change really? You
It's
know,
a
does it?
it's a distraction to justify people to be rebellious and not submit to authority, or not unite on the basis of provable truth. You're looking for
Mhm.
something that you can't prove, or you're looking for something that's so big of a subject that it shatters everybody else's foundation, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You can't prove it. Like, can you take everybody into space and prove that it's flat? Why would we spend our time wasting time trying to even, argue on something like that if you wasn't just trying to rebel against, authority or laws yourself?
That was the first thought I had. Like most people, they first thought was, "Oh wow, where did you learn that?" And my first thought was, "What is the whole point of even that statement or having that conversation in general?" And
Absolutely.
let's say it is, what does that change for you in your situation, being in the wilderness of North America, you being, you know, a black man and all that? Like what does that actually change being American, you know, paying taxes, waking up every day? Like if it's a triangle, does that change if the earth is a triangle?
But they want, like I said, they want to rebel um against law and order, right? Because
hmm
if everybody is holding on to this concept or idea globally that the earth is, spherical, and we not flat, and okay, you saying we flat, and then they say, well, we're in a dome. Well, then that's not flat.
Right, right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
That means it's still spherical. You know what I'm saying?
And then they said that well, if you believe in the Bible, then you have to believe that the earth is flat because the Bible says so. So then I was just thinking, I'm like, I I never heard that before. I'm not anymore, but I was raised in a Baptist church, and none of the Baptists thought that the earth. I never heard that from a Baptist, a Christian, anything. I never heard of a flat earther from a person that believes. So I was like, I don't believe that to be true, sir. I know a lot of people who believe in the Bible that that says the earth is round.
I mean, you got eyes. Like, do you got eyes? You know what a telescope is? Like, can you look up and see the moon and the sun and see that it's not a disc? It's not flat. It's not a disc. If you blow a bubble, if you get some dishwashing liquid or some little children's bubbles and blow that mug, is it gonna come out flat? Is there such thing as a flat bubble? You know what I'm saying?
Right. No,
We
wait,
can't
no.
just use common sense. You look in space or weightlessness. If you blow liquid, it's gonna move around until it finally stops, and it's gonna the general shape, the universal shape is a sphere because air pressure or gravity or whatever is equally pressing down on all sides. That's gonna make a sphere. That's the universal shape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then they said the sun and the moon is actually in our atmosphere. It's not really in space. And I'm like, dude, the sun is supposed to be hot as I don't know what. If the sun was in our atmosphere, wouldn't we all be dead?
I mean, still, even if it was, even if it wasn't, it's a sphere. It's not flat. So why
Right,
ain't the Earth? Why ain't the sun and the moon and the planets that we look and see in the telescope? Why are they not flat? Why is nothing else
right,
flat but the Earth?
right.
So just on circumstantial evidence, just on deductive reasoning and logic, why the hell would you even come up with that argument? Like, who was you listening to that made you think this is a good thing to spend the rest of my day, you know, studying or looking into or
I
arguing
don't
about?
I don't know. This whole thing, well, to me, I'm still a little bit younger. I'm only like 30, but I just started hearing about it a few years ago, and I was with a friend and I heard his sister say it one time, and I just was looking at her like, I don't know where you got that from. And then I just kept hearing about it, and I'm like, dude, you guys are starting to start showing like a little cult or whatever. And then they say science is bullshit, and that's not real science. And I'm just like, okay. So mathematics and chemistry and all that just BS, huh? All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even no rocket scientist, but I know
Me
that
either.
I used to be an egg. Half of me was an egg in my mother's ovaries, a cluster of eggs, and none of them was flat, right? And
Hmm.
I know the sperm cell that made the other half of me was not flat.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I know, like I said, that I look up in the sky, or I can blow bubbles, or I can get up underwater and blow bubbles. None of the air bubbles when I'm underwater, when I'm blowing them up, is flat. Nothing is flat. Nothing has a flat surface. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, so why would I believe? Just as an adult, why would I even waste my time thinking of that unless I'm trying to disrupt law and order? I would only
Yeah.
My only motivation could be I'm trying to rebel against law and order.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that now that you said that has to be on the thing because it doesn't really like you said, it doesn't make no real as an adult feasible sense to even be like, let's make this a conversation. And
Yeah,
it's just like you just wanna, like you said, cause chaos. You just want it to be an argument just to be an argument.
right. Because like you said, even if it was flat and we in a dome, so now what? Like, okay, you think we supposed to be claustrophobic now? Are we supposed to panic? Like, you know what I'm saying? What you know what I'm saying? We still was whatever we was yesterday before we knew we was trapped in a dome and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if anything, that's gonna make me really think that God is a man or some physical creature that got us trapped like
Yeah,
spiders or something in a jar and shit. Like,
you talking about like the snow globes.
yeah, the snow globes. Yeah, okay. Well, shit. Who put the dome over this thing? Let's find out who that is. Because you
Right. They
saying that,
never talk about that, brother Cam. They never talk about who made the dome,
right,
how wide is the dome, how long has the dome been there? Has it always been a dome?
right, right. So
Like they never even go all the way in on anything, but in the spherical realm, when we can go into ancient geographical and we can go all the way back thousands and thousands and millions of years, but in your flat earth model, you don't even go back that far. You can't even answer the geographical and astronomical and stuff in
right.
your chart.
And you don't hear real scientists even entertaining that foolishness. Just like
Right.
atomic physicists, the people that crack atoms and they know the rotation of atoms, the circular motion of atoms and molecules. Like, are they saying that the atomic rotation is flat? Are they saying it's a disk rotation of atoms and shit? Like, it's like foolishness, man.
Yeah, it absolutely is. But yeah, I just came in and inquired about that from a brother that's a registered Muslim, that's a believer in the teachings of Master Farad Muhammad. I said, man, I gotta know with someone who's like in it for real, who really lives it, how they feel about that statement coming from a person that's so called, like you say, he's not registered, but so called is believing in the teachings. And since you gave me that answer, I said, well, that says
They
that.
don't even believe they Muslims. The lessons strictly, like, you got to kind of struggle. I'm not saying Lord Jamal, I never had that problem with him, but a lot of 5% that I have wrangled with, you got to ask them, like, so where did the lessons come from? And they're gonna say Clarence 13. No, where did the lessons come from? No,
Right. I know where they
you
came
got to
from.
pull their teeth to get them to say WD Fard. Okay, well, who was the lesson? Who was he asking? Who was answering the lessons? Okay, that's who wrote the questions and the other stuff. Who answered them? It's not Clarence 13, right? Who answered them? And then it says, for registered Muslims only. And then it says, why is stress made to the Muslims? Because Master Fard Muhammad gave us the title Muslim, which the 5%ers don't accept. Oh, we're not Muslim, we gods. No, the lessons that you read said that you're Muslims. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
So it's too
Yeah, I
many
seen it.
contradictions. Then that's what happens when you follow a rebel. Clarence 13X was a rebel. That was not he was not the author of the questions or the answers. So this is what happens when we follow people that are not the authority, the author. The root word in authority is author. He was not the author. And this is what happens when you follow somebody that's not the true author or the authority.
Mm. Mm. Well said. And this is coming from from a West Coast brother. I'm from where it was revealed. So to hear, you stand firm on that.
Absolutely. It ain't about feelings. It ain't about friendship, feelings, or nothing. It's about truth. And it's about what the lessons really say. The lessons literally say that all of us are supposed to follow the minister Elijah Muhammad and his answers. And this is for registered Muslims only. So I don't care what your desire, your motivation, where he wanted to give it to the babies or Clarence 13. We was already giving it to the babies. We was just giving it to the babies in the instructed, in the ordered, in the disciplined fashion that we were supposed to be giving it to them. How you gonna steal somebody or take somebody else's info and that's clearly saying for registered Muslims only, and it's a specific discipline and specific interpretation, because certain parts of the lesson talk about taking heads and this and that, and you know what I'm saying. Oh, so you gonna give it your own interpretation, Clarence 13X? No, you're supposed to follow the ministry Elijah Muhammad's answers, because he said that he'll give all he have and all within his power to see that day for which he waited 379 years. This is Elijah Muhammad answering. He was only born in 1897. So why is he saying for which I, Elijah Muhammad, have waited 379 years? So there's some other type of interpretation that just rebels ain't supposed to be loosely giving away this information, because it don't mean what you think it means.
And I can tell from listening to you, brother Cam, you, like I said, you really live on those teachings, because you saying some things that I never even heard some of the God bodies or other brothers in the nation talk about.
Yeah,
just what you said right now with the 379 years thing and all that, and then like you said, it makes sense, because if you're not going with the originator, then your interpretation will be off.
Absolutely.
And I heard a different story or whatever about why he left the nation Clarence 13X and went to Harlem. I mean, the story don't really matter to me, but it kind of lines up with what you're saying, except you saying he's a rebel and he left or whatever. But it was something like he had a disagreement with Elijah Muhammad about something, so he left because he had a disagreement with him or something like that.
Well, I don't think he had a disagreement with Elijah Muhammad because, as far as I know, Elijah Muhammad didn't really, know him. That was Malcolm. He might have had a disagreement with Malcolm because Malcolm was over.
Oh,
in New York.
wow. Okay.
Malcolm was over in New York, and the word might have got back to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told them, leave him alone. Hands off the brothers.
Right.
Just like he said, like, hands off Malcolm when Malcolm tripped. Let Allah deal with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
So yeah, it's 2025, end of grace. Ain't no more political, weren't politically correct diplomatic language, taking the feelings into consideration is raw and uncut now. It's coming raw and uncut now. It's coming out, no Disney, not no Diddy, but no Disney. It's coming raw and uncut now.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm not in the nation, like I said, but man, that brother Elijah Muhammad, he was really on something. There's a lot of things he said, I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean, it's your knowledge. This is your nation. It's your destiny. So a lot of people be saying, y'all Muslims, and y'all like, no, Muslim just means your nature. Islam just means the nature of the original people on the planet. I mean, you know that. I'm talking to the other people that don't.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. But
yeah,
man, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't get what would be some of these other guys with one of the cultural, religious, tribal gang banging or whatever. I just be like, man, as long as the brothers come in with some knowledge, a message, some remedies to help the people, and it all lines up and adds up, man. I'm with it. I don't care about all that, stuff. As long as you a brother and you come the right way, it's all good.
Yeah, same with me. I'm talking about show me something better. If you got something better, I'm gonna follow you tonight. Like all this talk, all this debating, and all this. Do you have something better than these teachings? Do you have a leader better than Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan? Do you have anything better than what I'm already dealing with, what I'm already benefiting from? So that's the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? You can disbelieve and reject. Everybody thought there was a better place to go than Noah's Ark. Shit. Until it started raining.
Right.
So everybody has somewhere better to be.
Well, thanks for letting me on the platform, Brother Kim. I appreciate it.
Man, my honor, man, and peace and blessings to you and your family. And if you want to come up anytime you see us on, or you got something else on your mind, feel free, pop right back up, and you got the floor.
All right. Thank you. Peace.
Peace, Prince. Peace. Madon.
Yo, KAM, salute. What's up, man?
Salute, man. Peace and blessings on this alleged new year, first day of the year. Peace and blessings to you and the fam. What's going on with you, my brethren?
I appreciate it, man. Just got off the plantation, man. You know what I'm saying? And made it in and got settled in the crib, you know what I'm saying? So I had to hop on and get some of this divine wisdom and understanding, man, you know what I'm saying?
Or deliver some, you know what I'm saying? Because we giving and taking, we receiving and giving it. So we just sharing our thoughts. That's all.
No doubt. That's a fact, man. I think it's crazy that it kicked off. Unfortunately, I know people lost their lives and stuff, but I did hear about New Orleans and about what happened in front of the Trump hotel or something. But it seemed like they kicked it off on the first day, man. So it's like it might be a long year.
Ain't no mic to it. Ain't no mic to it. That's why they say the end of grace. That's why the title was up there for a reason. Farrakhan, Honorable Elijah Muhammad Farrakhan, and the students of Farrakhan that follow his lead have not been wrong yet. We've been here the whole lifetime among you. Ain't been wrong on one shot that we call that, that we following him by. And this included, even though this is more of my own calculations about the end of grace. And grace is Farrakhan. Farrakhan is the man of grace. He is the watchman. He is the grandfather clock. As soon as he gets out the way, he already got out the way verbally. He already has gone quiet. So if he's quiet, that's the end of grace. And then once he's physically removed from among us, we can expect the full wrath, basically.
Yeah, I feel that, man, because when you look at it, man, even though I know we got a lot of the students and brothers out here of the nation, but when you look at it, to me, as I look at the Black nation as a whole, it's like we in the Serengeti, man. It's like we just running loose, don't know which way to go. Not all of us, but some of us, it's like we have a leader, but we don't know we have a leader, but it's like we don't have one at the same time, if you feel what I'm saying.
They know they have a leader, they just reject it. So
right.
that's what justifies the grace coming to an end. Because you treated him as though he was an entertainer or a celebrity or a party or event. You know what I'm saying? He was not entertainment. Farrakhan was not entertainment, even though his wisdom and his strength and all of that is entertaining. He's not here to entertain us. So now, once he becomes silent and quiet and gets taken from among us, we're going to see fully that he was grace and he was the man that was stopping the wrath of God from hitting us and the wrath of Satan from hitting us. Because that's what's going to happen. The wrath of God comes at the hands of Satan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real, man. Because I was looking at it, it's like, okay, just from the outside looking in, just looking at all the different movements that have sprung up within the last 20 years, it's like they act like they coming with a new message, but for those that do know, we know that message has already been delivered. If you see what I'm saying, it's like it's like they're recycling old information but trying to fixate it as if it's new. Like, the nation has
Who is
already
they?
stuff, huh?
Who is they? You talking about the slave master or our people?
Our people, like, I ain't trying to call nobody out. I'm just calling them like I see it, like the FBA, ADOS. They try to act like they got this new, defined, refined message, but it's like the same old soup just reheated.
I mean, it's called rejection. It's called rejection. So if we either believe in God or claim that we recognize that God exists, or we don't. And that's why I cut straight to it. Like, I'm gonna let you know who my God is. I'm gonna let you know who the God of this most successful, organized, fearless, vicious, righteous army called the FOI and MGT. I'm gonna let you know who our God is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the product. We're the product. We're the proof that our God is alive and a living God. Our God is not a spirit, a ghost, or a dead man. Our God is a living man. So that's why us as the product are unmatched by no other black people on the face of the earth. That's why we affect hip hop. The nation, the teachings, Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the God, the godfather, the spiritual father of all of this music. James Brown, soul, R&B, hip hop, all of that. Anything that came after 1930 that black people, became renowned on, it came from the spiritual consciousness of being inspired by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah, that's so real. So why do you think a lot of the 5% of brothers don't pay homage to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. They always, they say, well, nah, this is stuff you
It's
said
an
earlier.
authority issue. It's an
Okay.
authority issue. We have a problem with authority and discipline. Authority is discipline. Like, you know what I'm saying? We want to be the gods instead of being the Muslims. We want to be the chiefs and don't want to be the Indians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can want to box. You can love boxing. You love watching boxing. You love everything. You studying boxing, but hop your ass in the ring with a real boxer and see what happens.
Hey man, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact. I know but I've noticed, man, that it's like every year, it's like every year they dirty up the memory of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. It's like every year. Like I hear black women saying, "Oh yeah, about the female situations,
Mm-hmm.
all that." I mean, I'm saying amongst our black people, this is the rhetoric that I so much.
Let's speak on that. Speak on specifically, like our black women say what about the nation?
Okay, well, this is what I hear from different women. I've been on different panels, and I bring up most honorable Elijah Muhammad. They would say, well, he had all them young women at the age, and he had more than one wife, and that ain't right. That ain't according to the Bible. That ain't how God made it. It's all a rhetoric about, I guess they always revert back to Malcolm, how Malcolm was saying the honorable Elijah Muhammad had the young women, he was marrying the young girls. That's that's the disinformation or rhetoric that I hear amongst a lot of black women and men. But I'm
So
hearing
even if that was true, what was the alternative? How did the alternative of them not respecting and going along with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and his teaching? How did that work? What did they wind up doing instead of being one of Elijah Muhammad's wives or coming under that type of so-called propaganda that they say that's why I'm not with that. So instead, I'm gonna be over here thotting and clapping my ass cheeks. Like what did they do better than what they allege what was going on over here?
nothing at all. They did worse if you when you look at it.
Right. Are they not smashing at 10, 11, 12? Are they not doing rainbow shit and transitioning their whole reproductive organs as minors? Is Elijah Muhammad doing worse than that?
Oh no, of course not, man. What's going on now is at an alarming rate, man, with the youth and a lot of our sisters who basically they give their own what's the word I'm looking for? Their own consent, justifying brothers of the rainbow community. It's like they accept it more and pull that in, but I'm not knocking them, just saying, but we see how that acceptance make it cool, but at the same time they try to criticize which was righteous, if you ask me. When you look at the sisters that's in the nation, I mean, those sisters got it together, you know what I'm saying? They dressed in modest apparel. I mean, they ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole world.
So we got the wives of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, those of them that still living among us, and we have his offspring by them wives that are key and top laborers in the Nation of Islam. So we got the product, we got the wives on on YouTube. Minister Farrakhan brought them out on one Savior's Day and recorded it, and it's on public record for everybody, and they're giving their own testimonials about the righteousness of their husband and how he wasn't no dirty old man and this and that. But all these critics and females, okay, what was the ages? First of all, if they was underage, under whose age, exactly what age was they? Because if you're getting that from Malcolm, what age did Malcolm say they was? How many women was it? And then just compare all of that to what your daughters is doing. Is your daughter a virgin? Is your daughter smashing? Is your daughter, doing better than what you claim Elijah Muhammad was doing? Because we see to this day, Elijah Muhammad's product. You see the MGT, junior MGT, FOI, junior FOI. You see the vets, the the pioneers, you see the foremost, you see what we doing. We ain't fizzled out and went into the streets and start twerking and thotting and all of that. So after you let them run their course, you let nature take its course, and that tough ass rebellious generation of females finally hit the wall. What do you have to show for your rebellion? How did that work out for you and your daughters and your family and your life and your legacy, your health? Like how did that slander that you decided to go with or believe, and that's what kept you away from your own nation, how did that work out for you? How's that working out for you right now?
Hey, that's real, man. It shows the hypocrisy, and it shows the lack of wanting to respect authority. And when you look at or follow a chain of command to a degree, um, no, there's no comparison, man. When you look at these sisters that I see make these misjudgment statements and arguments, they don't know the ins and out. Like you said, they don't know the age they were. They don't know none of them names. None of that. It's just straight, just rhetoric or just persuasive propaganda is what I called it.
Right. And if they got daughters, their daughters is already smashing. Their daughters probably got tattoos. They probably recite every sexy red lyric that ever came out. You know what I'm saying? So what do you have to show for your rebellion? Your daughter is smashing. She ain't married. You not married. You know what I'm saying? So are you being just like everybody else and just looking for a justification for you to be lawless and wild and rebellious and do what you want to do and trying to blame it on Elijah Muhammad or on the nation, trying to find some so-called fault, or sin or crime to justify you really doing what you want to do, which is be lawless and curse yourself and curse your children and your offspring, because that's what's happening. If you look at the condition of our community right now throughout America, look at the black community, look at the black women, look at their health, look at their appearance. Nobody only got real hair no more. Nobody got untattooed skin no more. Nobody is virgins no more. Nobody is married no more. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, man. That's a fact, man. But at the end of the day, it goes to show that the prophecy is real, and they don't understand. They swear they conscious, but they don't realize they fulfilling prophecies by rejecting, by rejecting the truth. You know what I'm saying? Rejecting someone who was sent from amongst us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we taught in the nation that 75% of this whole problem of mental death and ignorance and hell and the being and the work of being resurrected from it is with the female, the black female, because she's naturally under our authority and naturally prone to be more emotionally extreme, blinded by emotions and feelings, not wanting to recognize reality. So the black man knows, unless we've been raised by emotional single black mothers, then we become, feminized. You know what I'm saying? We become emotional, even if we not rainbow. We so emotionally tough that we crash out. We just females in tough ass gangbanger dude bodies that still crash out with our emotions. We still ruin our life and ruin our family's life and ruin other people's life and ruin our community because of our emotions that we learned from being off balance growing up in a single mama household that didn't have no respect for the male. They never learned respect and seeing the male as a black male as their natural authority that they should respect or submit to. So that poisons the sons and the daughters.
Man. And that's a fact, man. And we can see the proof we can walk outside and observe the proof every day, or just look online and see the proof and the truth to that, man. And it's sad, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a sad case that our sisters have become so rebellious. And, I catch a lot of flack. I used to be in a debate league and stuff like that, and I know some of the stuff I say is more controversial than commercial. So it's like I had a debate talking about how I felt. It wasn't bashing black women or bashing the sisters. I just like the sisters was more brainwashed than the brothers. Now some may say that's subjective, but to me, I think the proof is out there.
Yeah, I just try to stay away from feelings. Like you said, I was talking about how I feel. Like you just got to present data, because feelings is a lose-lose type of way to argue, or if you get on feelings and you start going back and forth, that's female language, and you can never win emotional arguments based on emotion. It has to be a case where a man has to be like, well, these are the facts. You know what I'm saying? Here's the facts. I'm not concerned about how you feel about them, but if you have any intelligence, then you will adjust your feelings to the facts. I'm not adjusting no facts to your feelings.
And you're right, and you're exactly right, and that's all I pretty much did. I showed the facts, but you're right about feelings. But I showed the facts how our sisters are under attack from her own man, the white man, Arabs doing what they do to sisters in gas stations. You know what I'm saying, and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? And then we can already see through the hair how a lot of sisters don't like their own hair, the bleaching cream. I was showing all these different factors and things that how our sisters are under attack. I mean, we're under attack as well, but I think our sisters are more under attack because of military science used by our enemy.
Yeah, but they under attack. The weapon that they being attacked with is their desires. They're given, they think that they're being blessed, but they're really actually being poisoned. So they don't understand it as an attack. They think it's the help of God. They think this is what we always been deserving. We finally getting what we deserve and what our rights are and all of that. And they don't realize it's Satan that's giving it to them and setting them up for the sleaze honor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he giving them the alley-oop.
Yes, that's who's sponsoring them, and the males too. Like if you see anybody on the media or even social media that's blowing up, they sponsored and supported and promoted by Satan. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that. It's coming out now with the Diddies and all this other. If you mega large, everybody knows that you sinful, that you a sinner, that you a freak, that you a coward, weirdo, a drug addict, you know what I'm saying, an alcoholic, a rainbow, whatever. Like everybody knows that. But we overlook that with effort. I may as well get mine then. I may as well get mine too then. So now everybody's showing ass, everybody's clapping their cheeks, everybody talking about they WAP and what they can do. Everybody in 304 they self out the game. Now everything is 304ism.
You ain't lying, man. That's
and then they complaining, blaming us when we're not forcing you. We're not forcing you, but we're weak because we was raised by, weak, off balance parent that didn't respect the man that got her pregnant, that didn't respect and submit to his authority, or they chose a Pookie and a Ray Ray to open their legs to and produce us. We're products of terrible choices by our mothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real. That's just the cold facts, man. It's the cold facts that I think the sooner we accept the facts, the better off we can move forward. But a lot of people ain't gonna accept those facts. But do you so is it just do you think it's more than just fear that keep a lot of our brothers that's into hip hop from just speaking a more uplifting message instead of like the savage type of low vibration?
Nah, it's fear. It's fear of being broke, or it's fear of being censored, fear of, it's all fear based. If we ain't doing what we supposed to be doing, we fear. We fear the discipline. We fear doing the work. We fear being rejected. We fear something. Otherwise, we would be doing it.
I feel you. So do you think a lot of your peers put down the fight or forgot about the fight?
Absolutely. Shit. Most of them never got in the fight. Most of them never got in the fight. They came into the arena to watch the fight. Like I said, they love boxing. They don't love to box though.
Right.
They love to see Muhammad Ali or the real, Mike Tyson or the real Muslims boxing. And they can afford a front row seat, or they can get backstage with the boxer, or they can go to his training camp. That don't mean you a fighter, nigga. That means you just got close access to fighters.
No doubt about it, man. That's it's sad, man. It's a sad case, man. You would think, because to me, that was one of the most powerfulest generation of hip hop to me, man. Like in that early 90s towards the mid 90s, it was like so much hip hop or just rap had so much of a conscious method, and the energy was so masculine. You know what I'm saying? It was like this super masculine energy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's just until the enemy was able to capture it, because they seen that we was making it happen in spite of not being on the radio. Hip hop and all that rap, I should say, our rap was out the trunk. So it was already taken off before it ever got on the radio or video, MTV or Friday night videos on Channel 4 and back in the 80s. Like, they wasn't playing no rap, but we was still blowing up. So they had to, try to get with it and jump on the bandwagon and then steer the bandwagon in the anti-conscious direction. So that's what they did, and they used their money and they media. They know we want to be famous. They know we want to be famous. They know we want to be loved and admired and worshiped. They know that we want comfort and we want money and an ability to have luxury that we never had before. And that's what the devil do. That's what the devil offered to Jesus. Yeah, if you bow down and worship me, all of this can be yours right now, right away. And Jesus was like, man, it's tempting. I'm fasting. Hell yeah, but get thee behind me, Satan, because all this already belongs to my Father. And if I just finish this last little lap, this discipline lap that I got to do, then he going to give it all to me anyway. Nigga, you can't give me what don't belong to you. This belongs to me anyway. But we jump at that instant gratification, that microwave, that fast food, that drive through, you know what I'm saying, situation and trick our whole legacy or destiny off.
Yeah, that's real. You can definitely see when you look at hip hop or just rap. I know you got guidance, but just me just on the outside looking in, I don't see a lot of guidance. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
guidance where? In mainstream?
Yeah, because I know it's probably guidance on the underground. The underground gonna always rock, but
yeah, everybody before they hit the mainstream, they surrounded by ghetto people that's telling them, wisdom. You didn't even survive that long as a street person unless you had some wisdom that you were surviving by. Even if you was hoeing or pimping or banging or whatever, you still had some laws and some rules and some authorities and some big homies or some disciplines or something that you was living by that let you last that long to even practice your rap craft.
So do you think it was by design that women are at the top of the chain of so-called hip hop right now, or mainstream? Do you think
it's totally by design. It's by design because as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. And Malika Sheik, we're gonna address that too. It's about the woman. We may as well go there because it's the end of grace. So what I'm gonna say is gonna upset you if you're not mature. And she says a lot of problems in the black families are not always due to the woman. Just the way you phrase that. A lot. Okay, we're not talking about a lot. We're talking about most. So, a pandemic it's a pandemic because most of the people are infected. You're not focusing on the people that's not infected. They didn't make the Fauci juice jabs mandatory because of the people that wasn't infected. You know what I'm saying? It might have been a lot of people that wasn't infected, but guess what they did? They're not focusing on that. They focusing on the problem. The problem is what we focusing on, right? So we're not talking about how many people is not the problem, but we can walk outside and see how many black women are not married, are not virgins, are not confident, are not rocking their own hair, are not, with a man, you know what I'm saying? Are not, I don't want to say this, but the Planned Parenthood piece, which is the most gruesome, the widespreadish 30 million, since 1973, Planned Parenthood, Black Women Alone of America, 30 million of us deceased, the most innocent, holy, helpless, precious human life souls. So it's not a lot of the problems in black family are not always due to the woman. Most of them are. Most of them are. If you got free will, if it's really your free will and your body, your choice, then it is most is due to the woman's choices, right? But you said because a man can appear to be one way, then show their cowardly intentions later, then why are you opening your legs to them? Why are you not vetting them for a long time like they used to do? Look, you can't blame it on the man. Make him sweat. Make him go 2 or 3 years and you vet him and you keep an eye on his track record, his file and all of that. But you don't want to do that because the sisters are weak. The sisters are weak. Trying to blame their weaknesses on the man. Or he made me do that. He pressured me or he lied to me, as though you ain't the number one 007 secret agent investigator after you open your legs to him. After you open your legs to him, you know how to do all the investigation in the world. You know all the technology, all the surveillance apps on the cell phones, all of the secret tricks, and you know how to do all of that after you done open your legs to him when you know you shouldn't have. But instead of doing all of that due diligence before you opened your legs to decide, should I open my legs to this dude? You know what I'm saying? You don't do that because you wanted to open your legs to the dude and then try to blame him for your weakness. It don't work like that. Right? Man. And the majority of the men do not leave. The majority of the men do not leave. It's the women that leave. And that's if you even in the relationship with the dude in the first place. The reason why majority of dudes don't leave because they was never with you. They was never your husband when you opened your leg. What are you talking about? Leave. I was never with you. You was never my wife. Why did you give me why did you open your legs to me when you know I didn't buy you no house? I didn't commit to you. Why did you do that? And then say I left. No, I was never there. We was never together. We was never married. Why did you open your legs when you knew we wasn't married? And now you saying he left. No, actually, once y'all do agree, the statistics is there. Once you do agree to be there with a man, the women leave. The women leave, take the children, put them on child support or put them on this or restraining orders or whatever, however ugly it get. The women leave and take the children. Men don't leave. Real men don't got to leave. Men just going to keep on dealing with the other woman that they dealing with, and you can't take it, and you're going to leave. And you're going to try to blow up the spot or go, like I said, call the police or child support or whatever, restraining order. You're leaving. The women are leaving. The men is not leaving because the men don't have to leave. The men don't have to leave. The men just keep doing what you don't like, and y'all leave. It's 2025, end of grace. We talking raw now. No more fluff talk or whatever. No more, coddling feelings and emotions. Let's talk raw data. Let's talk raw data. So we had to hear this all of our lives, that we're the problem. We're the no good, dirty dogs. We're the deadbeat. We're the cheaters. No, black women outnumber us and they lie more than us and they cheat more than us. They're just better at it. Now all of your sins is coming to the light. All your games, all your false accusations, all you ain't really the baby's the father, the baby father, and so all and you exterminating, you know, his children against his will. You know what I'm saying? So it's the end of grace. Let's just put it that way. It's the end of grace. And the more now us males that's trying to justify our crimes against humanity and our violations against women, we going to get immediately chastised, immediately cursed, and put in hell while we live. And so are the women. Black women outnumber us approximately by about 2 million. There are about 2 million more black women than there are black men of America. So mathematically speaking, there is not enough black men to go around for every black woman that says, I deserve a man to myself. You do deserve one, but you got to take that up with God because he didn't make enough. There ain't enough. So it's these punk dudes that won't tell you that straight up. They won't tell you, okay, but well, you know, I'm a quality dude and I think you're a quality woman, but you know, I don't even want you dealing with me if you're not mature enough because you're not the only woman I'm gonna be dealing with. You're not the only woman I'm gonna be with. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, that's why I left my last dude and shit because he cheated. Oh, you left because he cheated? Okay, well, why do you got 4 and 5 little D's around town right now? So you sharing D is really not your problem. That's really not what your problem is because you got 3 and 4 D's, community D's, that's reckless, that's irresponsible. That's the most irresponsible type of relationship, a sexual relationship that ain't no commitment involved. You just got a D over here and I got a D over here and I got a D over there and I keep it all quiet. I scoop my little kitty litter behind myself so nobody see my little kitty tracks. And then I publicly accuse and judge these black men as being dogs and cheaters. That's cold. It's cold game. It's cold game out here. And if you ain't, you know, most dudes ain't familiar with females like I am. Now they start waking up right after Kevin Samuels. You know, when Kevin Samuels came out, you know, rest in peace. And, you know, his sexuality probably was in question. You see how he carried himself and how he talked and Joe gestures. So that's why they could just play him off and be happy. And, you know, he this and he ain't that. But when you dealing with real men that really got a wife and family and are really, you know, committed and prove their manhood, oh, they can't hear me. They'll love for Kevin Samuels to come back because you can't hear it from somebody like me. Nah, because you can't write me off like you can write him off. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you what your daddy should have told you. I'm going to tell you what your baby daddy or your first dude that might have just been coddling you or telling you what you want to hear, what he should have told you. I'm gonna tell you up front though, that's what women really respect. I'm gonna hurt your heart before I ever touch you. I'm gonna let you know it's not going your way. It's my way or the highway, right? It's my program. Men is too much of a punk because they worship in the box. They just want to get the box. Even though you're not a virgin, okay, they may as well get it because they see you dressing like a 304 and you throwing out there, you're dangling meat in front of them, so they may as well go for the box. But then the real dudes that ain't fascinated by no box because we done had the best ones on the planet, then we can focus on the real science of it, the real science of the mind and the motives and all that. Like, what are you know, let's talk. How about we never smash? How about we just talk and become friends and, you know, let's talk about what you've been through and what I've been through. And let's talk about somebody else. I don't want to really put the pressure on you. Let's talk about, let's critique this woman or this person right here. And, you know, because then you ain't going to take it so personal because I'm really talking about you, but let's talk about her. You know what I'm saying? And let's break it down and, you know, and let you see how we see you. We see you. You're not hiding. We just don't care. Dudes don't care. We only care once we get invested and, you know, you able to, you know, get us in a submission hold and make us tap out. And now we married to you. Now we got to care. We got to care a different kind of way. Now we caring about all the time and the energy and investment or whatever that we put into you. But then as soon as you lock us down, then y'all let yourself go, get disrespectful, start getting bored, talking about I outgrew you, you know what I'm saying? Start looking at other dudes and just violating, just putting too many. And a man that's not wise, that's raised with a single mother, not raised by his father, because his mother took him away from the father and then tried to make the father sponsor her rebellion in the form of child support, which he's not going to do. Any real man, I'd like, just because you trying that, then I'm going to have to leave all of y'all alone. I'm not going to mess this child's head up no worse than he's already messed up by fighting you, a rebellious mother, right? Fighting you for my natural authority over my own child. No, you can have the authority. You keep them. I'll go make some more. I'll just go make some new ones with some fresh off the showroom floor 2025 little female perky models. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that won't work either. If they run into you run into the same problem with them. Dudes have come to the understanding that shit, I just live out the rest of my life just getting in a 1-year relationship with fresh off the showroom floor, versions of females till I die. Even if I produce a 50 or 100 little offsprings that I ain't taking care of, because when it comes down to it, if you playing that game, you're going to lose. I'm not RAPing none of them, RAPing. They're using their box. They're leading with their box. They're hooking. They're hookers. They're trying to hook me with their box if I'm a quality man. If I have any type of quality about myself, they're going to try to hook me with their box, with their sexuality. And we see that. Oh, okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? There's so much I want to go into, but if y'all ask me the right question, then I will. I know I'm ranting, but Madonna.
Nah, man, you wasn't ranting, man. You were just kicking the statistics and the ballistics. You know what I'm saying? You were just telling it like it's supposed to be, man. But is that why the scriptures say never give thy strength over to a woman or something like that?
Well, he didn't say that. I think you're talking about Samson, either Samson or Solomon. He told the woman all that was in his heart. You know what I'm saying? Like you're supposed to tell God. You pillow talking, telling a woman all that's in your heart. When that's not what a woman is for. A woman is for her to tell you all that's in her heart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You were supposed to be that security, you know what I'm saying, for her. Our security is uphill. We look to God, they look to us. It's supposed to be like that. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you start turning to your children and crying to your children, they go like, ugh, like, mama, we gonna die? Like, you know what I'm saying? You start doing that to your woman and crying to your woman and all that shit, like, oh, nah, we good shit. Like, I thought, I'm trying to feel secure and shit. Nigga, you breaking down, crying to me and telling me all what your problems are and this shit. Like, let me just see you. The woman is like, let me see you off in the corner trying to handle it yourself. You might be crying or punching a wall, and I'm going to come to you and try to comfort you. But if you bringing that shit to me, like you supposed to be bringing it to God, like, oh nigga, this is unstable. Like, I can't trust this. I do not feel safe and secure and comfortable with you, dude. So we're not supposed to look to women for the same thing women look to us for. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Hey, that's real, man. Do you? That's funny, man. I'm trying not to laugh, but because it's so real. It's so real, though. But do you think, because you made me think about a lot of the songs that came out in like the late 70s and stuff. You know, them songs where the men was crying on the song. Do you think that affected a lot of black men? Because remember the dude that had, what was his name? Lenny Williams. He was like, I sat in my room till I couldn't.
All that shit. Like, nah, that was, I mean, it did affect us because it trained us to be simps and punks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It hypnotized us. It programmed us to be simps and punks. But at that time, they was just trying to get the box. They was doing, competitions and shit with other singers, like 5 Heartbeats, or who can just, say the things that the women wanted to hear the most. They can get their panties off the quickest or whatever. That they was playing females way back then. we knew to tell a female whatever they want to hear, and they just gonna drop the draws or whatever. But when it come down to it, we off to the next. That's a whole entertainer contest thing. That's something that I'm familiar with. Like I said, I got to the point where, because I was a Muslim and FOI and I knew better, even though I was doing wrong or whatever, we used to compete to see which ones we can turn down, meaning not diss them, but not smash them. Like, which the finest ones, how we be having, regular dudes had to find, the contest with like the finest one you can smash or get their number or smash. Now we used to do contests of the finest ones that we can not smash. You know what I'm saying? That we can just make friends and be cool and make them fall in love with you without touching them. Once you learn to get into a female head and mind and heart like that by not touching them, and first they're gonna hit you with what you gay or what you got a disease or what's wrong with you? Are you weird and all that shit and no UG and you just like laughing, you ain't, you ain't giving them no rise or nothing like that, and they see your track record and your pedigree and how you a soldier or a warrior and you move men and killers and respect you and all of that, because they used to being able to conquer warlords. Like I can conquer as a man, I can conquer whole armies of other men, but history always shows that the one person that's going to take you down and slit your throat is the woman you in bed with. So I may as well practice that. Let me practice dealing with that potential enemy. Them finest of women that want to have their way, and they think just because you land with them or you smash them or whatever that you're going to expose yourself or you're going to be slipping or you're going to get weak. No, that's what we practice. I ain't going to say all of us, but, people when I was, my circle coming up, anything bomb and fine in LA, one of me lay back solo T or, we done,
Hey,
so go ahead.
I would say, that's some discipline for you right there. To pull the finest one and not smash, man. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna affect her life like a virgin, like she was a virgin.
Yeah,
because you're doing the opposite of what she used to, and you somebody. It ain't just like you just going through some mental problems and shit, and you just don't realize who she is right now, and no. I'm super sane, super solid. I'm telling you, what I'm saying, I'm what's good with me, and I can say I want to smash. Yeah, oh yeah, you fine. I know niggas be on you or whatever. Even though I never said that. I don't even give no compliments to fine girls. I don't give them no compliments because you hear that too much. You know what I'm saying? I'll be cool with you or whatever, but you gonna be begging me. They gonna be, and they're gonna respect you even more. Even they'll be embarrassed because like, damn, I threw myself at him and he still didn't take it. He didn't buy that. Like, so now they feeling stupid, but they not feeling stupid because you're not blasting them out. You're not telling nobody, you know what I'm saying, other than the circle. But I'm not trying to publicly embarrass them. I'm teaching them a personal lesson. Now I'm getting into your mind. I'm getting into your soul without putting, my organ on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and when you do that, then shit, they don't even know how to act. So many of these females be so childish or so traumatized and immature and scared and all that because they use their beauty as their armor and a weapon or whatever. But if you don't acknowledge that and you don't fall for none of that, nigga, they butter in your hands, they putty in your hands, like, oh, I don't know, and there you can either destroy them or you can build them up. So we used to, especially me, as a Muslim, you already smashing, like, you technically a 304. But I know how to turn a 304 into a housewife. But you won't, anyway, ask me some more questions, man, because I'm about to give it like this.
But no, man, hey, man, it is what it is, King. But yeah, man, that's real, man.
Do you think that based on the numbers, based on the population numbers, like if what I'm saying is correct and accurate, that black women outnumber us approximately 2 million, by 2 million. There's 2 million more black women in America than there are black men. And if the majority of the black women are not virgins, they're not virgins, right? So they have already given their priceless virtue that's supposed to be reserved for a husband. They already gave that away to several people, a gang of people, maybe dozens, maybe more of that before you ever met them. So technically they are 304.
Right.
According to a body count or whatever, and how they carry themselves and how they don't commit to nobody. They ain't never been married, but they got this many bodies. That's a 304. Right?
Right.
So let alone if they already had a child or some children, or deleted some children and kept some, or whatever the case is. Now, do they really believe, based on the numbers, that they deserve a quality, high quality, top quality man all to themselves? You got 2 or 3 dudes, other dudes' children. You're not a virgin. You got tattoos or all kind of niggas and hoods and shit on you. You got fake hair, whatever you got going on. Do you honestly, based on the numbers, the shortage of men and the shortage of quality men, do you deserve one of those quality ones all to yourself where you don't have to share him? What do you think the answer is going to be?
They're going to say yeah every time.
Absolutely. Is that realistic?
No, that's the delusional.
Even if it is realistic, according to the numbers, is that even possible?
No.
It's not possible, right? So these quality dudes know their value. They know their value. They know that it's not possible and it's not probable, it's not likely, and they know they got the pick of the litter. Why would they pick you alone? Why would they pick you alone? And you sloppy 50ths and shit to them? Just help me understand. And then they want you to get on paper and write a marriage certificate and lock in with them according to the Satan white man's laws and shit.
Yeah, man, it's a total mind F. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's only a mind F for bitter people, because a woman that really loves her son would never send her son out to fall for none of this shit. If you love your son, you would be telling your son exactly what I'm saying right now. It's all a scam. Don't trust none of these hoes. This, and you're the prize son. All this shit that Kevin Samuels was saying and that I'm saying, you would, as a woman, would be telling your son that. These hoes ain't nothing. Be careful. These hoes are slick, and these girls don't trust these feet. You would be telling them that, but no. You got a subconscious bitterness against your child's father. So you sending them out there to get clapped up, to get trapped and tricked up and finessed by these females. You on the side of the females against your own son.
That's a fact.
So somebody got to stand up and be the father that they didn't have, to show them how to roar like a lion and stand on their testicles, on their real authority over the lionesses. And okay, you want to fight? You think that you equal? Let's fight then. Well, I mean, how else we gonna settle this? Shit. You think you equal with me?
That's real.
Otherwise, man. If we either gonna physically clash, or we gonna leave each other the F alone and see how you fare out there. See how you deal with, them hyenas and them wolves and them jackals and whatever other predators that hate lions. You know what I'm saying? That you relying on this bigger male lion to regulate and run off or kill and shit if they violate. Y'all, let's see how y'all do without the male lions.
That's real, man. They I think a lot of our sisters don't know how. Well, I hate to say it this way, but it's just my opinion, and I'm gonna break it down if I could. I think a lot of our sisters, I'm just gonna say it like this then. I think a lot of our sisters don't know how truly good they got it, not far as financial or something like that, but got it good as being like they're inside our open enemies. All they work for, whatever it is going on in this society, their sisters inside it, right? Working there more than likely. So it's like they got a gang of information that, I think they're privy to, but I don't think they utilize that information enough.
Yes, it's all trauma, man. It's all demon trauma. That's all demons are, is trauma. And the amount of Planned Parenthood, them 30 million Planned Parenthood actions since 1973 that Black women alone have committed, unfortunately, is associated with the same similar number of violations against these little girls when they was little. So it's a direct correlation between the number of ABs, the Planned Parenthood pushing P's that Kamala Harris and them was talking about, and the number of our sisters that get violated by some male when they little girls. So they're coming up with trauma. But the question is, as a mother, what was the quality of the man that you chose? If you chose a man that violated your little daughter, or if you chose a boyfriend that violated, it wasn't even your daughter's father, you left him and got with this other dude, and this new dude violated your little daughter, or he had a son or a nephew or somebody, is still under your watch. That's the value of a man that's supposed to be the protector of his seeds, protector of his woman and his children. Because I'm not letting my daughters go sleep over somewhere or go over here or let these boys or let somebody, or they even their cousins or whatever. Now I'm watching everything. The man is the protector. So under my watch, ain't nobody getting molested and violated or nothing. No, I'll be in the penitentiary, and your little son or whoever, or you or whoever that did that, is going to be in the dirt. That's the value of a man. Oh, he ain't making no money. Well, some of us ain't able to make no money. I bet you're able to protect the money that you make. I bet you're able to protect your life. That's just like I always give the example of Bill Gates or Elon Musk. Well, I don't care how much money Elon Musk got. He ain't stepping his $400-500 billion ass outside without no security. So the security might not make nothing, but I know how to make a nigga bleed. I know how to back a nigga up off this for $400 billion nigga. I don't have to make a lot of money. I know how to do man shit though. I know how to do warfare shit though. And that's what they don't respect that. Well, I don't need no, I got a gun, I can shoot. Okay, good. I bet you ain't shooting better than these flockers and these home invasion niggas that I know. You ain't never been in no shootout. You been at the range. Somebody I know how to shoot. Nigga, you ain't never been shot at. You gonna drop the gun and scream. You gonna faint. Somebody really shooting at your ass. Let alone you get hit. You feel that hot motherfucking shell and the hot slug in your ass. We'll see how tough you are.
Hey, that's some real game right there.
Malika Sheik, do you believe it's okay for a married man to have a side piece and for his wife to accept it even if she doesn't want this in the marriage? It's not okay to have a side piece. That's already some childish BS. Why would it be a side piece? Why would you relegate another human life, a human being, like side children or some side woman, side children? Ain't no side nothing. If he a real man, he gonna say, this is my second wife. This is my third wife. And yeah, you're gonna know about it. If you don't like it, then you're free to leave. You're not a slave. You're not a prisoner. You're not a captive. That's why dudes are supposed to tell a woman up front if You just meeting somebody, especially if you at our age, you think you'll find a virgin nigga, a dude without no children or without no females that he already been dealing with? You living in a fantasy world. Just like I think I'm gonna find a virgin. Whatever sexual you do, you didn't learn that on me. Them tattoos ain't my name. Shit, when I met your ass. So you got to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? If there's not enough black men to go around, what do you think? What is the solution? Do you know a better solution? The wrongness is calling it a side piece. No, you be upfront with it. No, I'm going to have more than one wife or whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to be honest with you up front before I ever touch you. I'm going to touch you with this real raw truth, this bold manhood truth. I'm going to touch your eardrums with these words, and I'm going to let you go home and think it over. And it might take you a week, a month, a year, whatever. Like, and you're going to keep going, doing what you've been doing, thinking like, nah, I ain't sharing nobody. Oh, you've been sharing D's. Remember, you got 2 or 3 D's across town. You already sharing D's. You don't want one that's going to be honest and upfront with you, that's going to give you the title wife publicly? Okay. Do you? Shit.
Hey, let me ask you something real quick. Do you think that's part of the prophecy of when it talks about an adulterous generation?
Absolutely. This wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and no sign should be given except the sign of Jonah. But it's also Isaiah, another book of Isaiah says, in that day, 7 women shall grab hold of one man or take hold of one man, saying, you know, we'll buy our own clothes and eat our own food. Only just please let us be called by your name and take away our disgrace, take away our reproach.
Facts.
You know, that's the Bible. That's the verses in the Bible that black women, especially black Christians, don't want no parts of.
No, they'll run
no parts of that.
No, man. That's like,
and I'm not saying every man is qualified. I'm just saying a qualified man. There's qualified men. Let's just say the majority of black men is not qualified, don't fit in that category. But whatever handful of few black men that do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're gonna try to ostracize them. You know, that's like, you know.
I mean, they can, but the women that's with you is gonna defend them. They're gonna be like, no, you got 100% of no man, or you got 100% loser, boy toy backpack trash that you carrying that nigga. At least I got 10% of a real man. That 10% that I get from him is way more valuable than that 100% of a loser nigga that you got.
Damn. Hey, so I guess that to me that proved that scripture that when it says that a man would treat his woman like he treat himself or something to that effect.
Say that again.
I think it's somewhere in the Bible where it says a man will treat his woman like he treat himself or something like that.
Well, I'm not sure. It say that, you know, the man is supposed to love his woman like Christ loved the church and lay down his life for him, but that's if they prove to be a quality wife. You know what I'm saying? If a woman is a quality wife, then yeah, you found a great thing. You found the greatest gift on earth. You found heaven. But you have to still address the population numbers. Everybody claim all things is possible through Christ. Okay, well, make Christ make 2 million more black men, adult black men. You gonna raise them about the cemetery because they don't exist. So is all things really possible through Christ? Is all of us gonna have a quality black man from Christ to ourselves that we don't have to share with nobody, no other female? Why did the Bible say in that day 7 women gonna take hold to one of those quality men? Because it's gonna be even lesser amount of quality men.
Yeah, because it when you think about it, it actually is, the math is right and exact when you look at it, because if it's like they say it's 6 women or 7 women to every man, especially in Georgia or a place like Atlanta or predominantly around the world. So if it be 7 women to 1 man, it to me it's putting things in balance. Like,
that ain't balancing to the female's emotions. That ain't balanced to their emotions.
no.
So some in some cases, like our males and females is so mentally and emotionally immature and childish that we're gonna use these mathematics statistics, these terrible statistics, to play with females and pimp them and think I got a rotation, nigga. I got a harem of hoes, nigga. Like, and you making the problem worse. And we will be executed for that. God is gonna kill us. He gonna not just kill us, he gonna curse us and destroy us and put us in hell while we live for taking advantage of that population shortage. So it's not a game. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking tough because I'm trying to talk raw for any females that's listening, but to the males that think that this is a green light to just play games, oh no, that's the quickest way you get hell. That's the quickest way you get cursed. That's the quickest way you get chastised and shit, is playing on this shortage, playing with these females because you know it's a shortage.
Yeah, that's true. You're right, man.
Malika Sheik, do you have more than one wife? And if you do, why not? If you don't, why not? You have to ask me. You have to get on the live and ask me that. I have to see your face. I have to hear your voice say that. I got to hear the spirit in your voice and see the spirit in your eyes before I answer that publicly. That's a personal question. So if you got the heart to ask me on the live and show your face, then I got the heart to answer it. There's no diss, but it's certain things that, require a certain level of respect. So I got to see that you got that level. What you saying, Madon?
Now, I was just agreeing with you, man, that, like you're right. Brothers can't be out here playing on that shortage, or you might come up shortage. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh yeah, no, it's guaranteed hell. It's guaranteed hell. It's guaranteed consequences, because whatever the motivation is what's going, what you're gonna have to lay down in. So if your motivation is foul, your motivation is lust, your motivation is, unrighteous, then the bed that you're gonna have to lay in and what the consequences that's gonna come from it is gonna be just that.
yeah, that's real, man. That's so real, man. I think you're right and exact, man, because it's like it's hard to even. Well, I can't say it's hard. Well, but I guess a lot of sisters have been plagued by that. It's hard to be a friend with a man without a man trying to make sexual advances, or vice versa, or whatever the case may be. But it's definitely a problem where we can't build with sisters with like a true friendship. You know what I'm saying? Where it ain't, you don't have to be sexually involved, but like I don't know if that world has left us or what.
What world?
It's like back in the day. It seems like, well, I can't. Well, I don't know, but I'm just saying. It seems to me back in the day, brothers and sisters was able to just get along without having a sexual relationship. They was able to be friends and just try to build something. But now it's like, or maybe it's always been that way. I don't know.
No, I think it's the moral code is went in the trash can. So now our sisters have been rewarded for being sluts, for moving like sluts, talking like sluts, dressing like sluts, slutting like sluts. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be their power. Their power is in their sexuality. They claim that they dressing like 304s for each other. I just think this is sexy. Well, the root word is sexy is sex. You want to have sex with yourself, with some other women? Like, who you want to be sexy for? Why are you promoting sexiness when the root word of sexiness is sex?
Yeah, that's real. So, you don't have to answer this, but I want to ask this. Do you think that's why they put I think the chick name was Amber Rose when she had like slut run across her forehead or something?
Yeah, slut walk and all that.
Yeah, that was that was part of it. That was part of the same program, huh?
Absolutely, but they rewarding like this. Satan rewards slutness, rewards Jezebel behavior. Look at the rappers. Look at the top rappers. Look who they use to try to sell this Kamala Harris presidency. Look what they use to sell everything: food, McDonald's, Burger King commercials, a naked, like everything is sexual. Everything is a woman doing sexual stuff. Because dudes, you look like a straight little rainbow dude. You know what I'm saying? So dudes don't. You can't even feel. A woman can't even feel comfortable if a dude is showing his body off. Like even bodybuilders and all of that, that's low key rainbow. Like why you posing like that? Why you got little bikini shorts on and shit like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do why do you want to show the world your body like that as a dude? And then God forbid the dude is getting fake muscles or fake pecs or whatever. Like that's how we look at y'all getting these BBLs and shit. Same way you would look at a dude with some fake chest muscles and fake arm muscles and shit. Like that's how we look at y'all. So why would you think that you wifey material, that you deserve a quality man all to yourself? You fake as hell, but you want a real man and you want him to treat you the way you want to be treated and you deserve this. Like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's real.
Malika.
Yes.
That kind of
Peace.
reminds me.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm blessed. I think I seen you said you was in a bonnet or something.
Yeah, I'm in my robe and bonnet all ready for bed. I was outside all day doing yard work, so I had to I've been out there
I
watering
got
plants,
you.
getting
I
stuff
got you.
away. I had to get ready.
I got you. But like I said, I need to see your eyes. I need to see you. If you're gonna ask me that question, I need to see how you ask it.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I'll but I don't want them to see me.
Oh,
But you
well,
can
I mean, well then I don't know what to tell you because, like I
okay.
said, you asking me a personal question, so in front of people. So I need to see you in front of people asking me.
I understand. I'll take my bonnet off. Just a second. I'll
All
take
right,
it off. Let me get my glasses.
no problem. I ain't in no rush.
1 second, 1 second. They're on the table over here.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry, I'll turn the camera on. I have my robe on.
No problem.
Hi, everybody.
Peace. Am I pronouncing your name correct? Malika?
Uh, Malika.
Malika. Okay, so the A is
I-
silent.
well, my parents, they pronounce it as Malika.
Oh,
So
okay.
I have to pronounce it as they pronounced it.
Got you. Can I ask you one question? Because I don't want to be in violation or disrespectful.
Okay.
Do you have a husband? Are you with a man? Because I don't want to be talking certain talk and not check in with him first.
Oh, no. I'm single.
All right, okay. So ask away.
Oh no, my question was I just wanted to know if you had more than one wife, and if you don't, why not?
No, I don't have more than one wife, but all through before I was with my wife, I never had just one woman. I never was with just one woman, right?
Okay.
And I was married before. I was married twice. I was married in 1995 and had my first 3 children with that uh, wife, and
Okay.
I was with her for 8 years, and then that marriage dissolved. And a year later, I met my wife that I'm with right now. But prior to that, I was in the entertainment industry. I was a pretty cute little dude, little handsome little rapper that had knowledge of self way back in the 90s, and I'm from LA.
Yeah, I remember you. We're around the same age. I'm from South Central LA as well. So
Oh,
I
so they
remember
don't-
you.
yeah.
Yeah, we're
So
from the same generation.
yeah. So yeah, this is how I learned so much about women because I've been with so many. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So, but I wasn't on some lust piece. I wasn't just trying to bring smashing to the table. I brought, a matter of fact, I tried not to do that because I knew if my intention wasn't to marry you or, what they thought marriage is supposed to be, then I'd rather just not do that with you. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Right.
I learned a lot from that. Is just like the concept of Solomon. Solomon had so many wives and concubines and experience with women in intimate, settings. I never did no freak offs or never been with more than one woman at a time,
Right.
nothing like that. Never had no threesomes or nothing like that. Always only been with one woman or whatever at a time. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm very experienced in that. But as far as a wife, like I called them my right hand possessions because they didn't want to be wives or whatever, or if they did, they didn't want to be wives according to my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? They wanted things their way. They wanted me their way, and you can't have me your way.
Mm-hmm.
So, but to answer your question, no, I don't have that because of that, because I learned through dealing with so many women, you know what I'm saying, in my life that I didn't have the patience necessarily. I didn't have the resources, you know what I'm saying?
To
And
have
they
more
didn't
than
have,
one.
yeah, and they didn't have the maturity. So both sides, it wasn't ready. It wasn't time for that. But I tried. I definitely tried.
You definitely have to be on another level of maturity to have more than one wife, and
Absolutely. Yeah,
for them to deal with it. Because me personally speaking, I know that's something I couldn't deal with.
yeah, yeah, you could. The man would have to inspire you to do it because you made for a man. So your nature and your own God common sense would say, okay, I would consider it if the man presented it and presented himself in the right kind of way and laid out what the laws are and what the rules and the regulations and how to hold him accountable and how to penalize him if he broke your agreement. So if he laid it out right, you would definitely consider it.
Well, I have the option to reject and say no.
Absolutely. But
So,
then you also are a woman. So are you believing that God is going to send you your own man your way?
I didn't. I won't say he's gonna send me my man, my own. Everybody, excuse me, has their I guess you could say they idea or their wants of what they would desire or want. And I'm not gonna say that's gonna come in one package deal. But however, I also know what I'm
So it's
not
gonna
going to
come in two and
accept.
three dudes.
Huh?
So you said it's gonna come in two or three dudes.
I didn't say that.
You
I
said it's,
didn't say
it's
that.
not going probably not gonna come in a one package deal.
Well, for example, just like how can I say basic, just something simple. Like for example, let's just say I don't know, let's just say if my ideal man was, I don't know, say 6'5", uh, chocolate, muscular, whatever. But say that man was not presented to me, just something basic as that.
Uh-huh.
A man, a different type of man was presented to me, shorter, lighter skin, not so built. That, to me, that's like that's simple, that's superficial, but maybe that's something that some other woman may
Mhm.
overlook, and until she finds the so-called physical, because usually unfortunately people go off of physical, very few go off of um the intellect.
Right.
But it seems like that's kind of changing a little bit. So, like, people are starting to, in certain circles, go off of intellect and get to kind of know a person. when they're really ready to try to get to know a person, and then they'll start looking into the physical and other stuff. But overall, I don't. For me, I already know that I wouldn't want to be part of
Nobody
the harem,
wants to.
and I
That's
wouldn't
you
do
got.
that.
So listen to what you're saying though. Like you saying it as though that this is like a good thing, like a fun thing, a great thing. Nobody wants that, right? That's just like the example is a child that it's in a foster care child that don't have no parents. The child
Right,
don't want to be a foster child, right? And then my biological children don't want no foster brother or sister. It's not about what
right,
either one of y'all want. It's about what is. It's about the condition that is, and am I willing to do something about it? Am I willing to help based on what my ability is? Regardless of my children don't like it, regardless of the adopted, whoever, it's that's basically the condition that single black women is dealing with. It's a shortage of quality blackness, a shortage of men, period. Y'all already outnumber us by 2 million, but out of that shortage of black men is even less quality black men.
excuse me,
You
I
know
got
what
to
I'm
get some
saying?
water.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
cool. It's even less quality black men. So should a woman, knowing that it's not enough men to go around like musical chairs, every black woman ain't gonna have one. That's just the facts. You're not gonna have one to yourself. So are you gonna say, well, if I can't have one to myself, I ain't gonna have no man, and then I'm just gonna not fulfill my woman features and purpose as a woman that God created me for a man because I can't have one to myself my way that I think I deserve? Or are you going to say, well, let me just look at reality. Okay, 50% of a quality man is better than 100% of no man.
I would have to say, because I'm not into, if I'm married to a man, I'm not sharing. I wouldn't agree to share my husband.
Are you a mother?
No, unfortunately, no, I'm not.
Okay. You have siblings? You have brothers or sisters?
I have sisters, two sisters. I'm the oldest.
Right. So out of your 3 sisters, you only got one mama, right?
One mama, one daddy.
Right. But one mama, though. I'm talking about the one that you breastfeed. It's 3 of y'all, but it's only 2 breasts, right?
Yeah.
So y'all had to share her, right?
Right.
Only one woman. She only got one heart, but she can say, no, I can love you all equally. So why a man can't use that same logic when it comes to women, especially when they don't have one?
I mean, if a woman is willing to, if that's what she wants, but that's what
She
I,
wants a
I don't,
man.
I don't seek that.
So you
I
don't
don't
believe
seek
you don't
it.
believe it's not about what you seek. It's about what God made you for. So do you think you're made for a man?
Oh, definitely. Not for a woman.
Right. So do you have a man?
No, I don't.
So when are you going to get a man? When is God going to send you that man?
Oh, I can't say when that's going to happen.
Well, you can. If you when women want something, if they want a job or they want a purse or they want this or they want to learn this, they're gonna go for it. They're gonna go get it. How is that
Yeah,
not the same case when it comes to the most important thing that you made for, which is a man? Not saying that you're supposed to go hunting, but you definitely are supposed to go uh, putting yourself
actively,
in. Yeah, become active or
actively
proactive.
seeking.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yes, yes. So I'm not saying I'm not actively seeking,
Right.
but I'm
So
I'm what you would still call technically single.
right, and I'm not trying to get into your personals, because there's no such thing as technically single. That means that you're still active. So if you sexually active, you're not single. You're just in the most irresponsible type of relationship,
Got it. I see what you're saying.
right? So is that better, or is actually having a title and respect and rules and honor from a man that might already have a wife but then now you're his wife also, as opposed to secretly, being active with somebody that you can't claim.
Well, I'm not. Who said I was actively?
You said technically single. I don't know what technically means.
Oh, okay. So let me clarify that. I am single. I'm not seeing anyone. Therefore, it's like nothing's going on, if that
That's
makes
not
sense.
technically. That's literally single.
Okay. Well, literally single, but let me rephrase it. Not that like I'm not, going out on, dates or
That's
meeting people.
dates is that's still single.
Yeah,
So you
that's
saying
single.
technically
That's still single.
you playing.
Okay, I'm trying to be real technical. I'm not trying to play with words. I am single, literally single, but I just wanted to clarify that. I was just trying to clarify your answer. Well, your question rather, when you said are you were trying to see if I'm like seeking.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to see like if you're not in a relationship and you're not a virgin, right? And I don't know if you ever been married. Have you ever been married before?
No, I've never been married.
Right. So and this is not a judgment because we all in the same boat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I'm saying that if you're sexually active, even if you've been sexually active within the past year or whatever, you are not single. If it's somebody you can call because you got that kind of relationship, you're not single. You're just
I
in
got
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
what you
And
said.
I know that's
Okay,
what you meant shit from the first when you said technically shit,
got it.
right? So I'm saying, is that type of relationship better or something more respectful and more honorable and more public where they saying this is my wife? You know what I'm saying? I have a wife, but then this is my wife too. That is as opposed to having that technical situation that you got to keep on the low, and you don't feel good about it, but you just call him when it's time to scratch that itch or whatever. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right. I see what you're saying. Neither are a good option.
What's the worst? What's the worst of the two? The lesser of the two evils, like Kamala Harris and Trump. Which one is worse?
Well, actually, the first would be worse.
Which is the first?
I believe you said the first one was if you're calling, if you're in the technical.
Oh, okay. So technical is worse.
Well, yeah.
No, I agree with you. I agree. So, but that's my point. So that's what I think. I think that a woman deserves more public honor and respect and a respectable title, even if it don't look good to society. But I'm already doing some shit I don't want to have to be doing on the low. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He might already got a woman and he can't even go out publicly with me. I don't know what he really doing because he not claiming me like that. He not publicly respecting me or claiming me. So men got to be more courageous and respectful and upfront and say, "Oh, this is what it is." If based on I see your value as this. Are you willing to do this? Are you willing to be this to me or this with me or this and that? It's just conversations that adults supposed to have before they ever touch each other.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And you have the option though, as the woman, to say, "No, I don't think I want to go with that deal." But if you in a technical situation, you have took that deal. So there's better deals than that. You know what I'm saying? That is what I'm talking about. So if you asking me like, have you do you have another wife and all of that? Like, I tried that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, my whole career, I know about that. I didn't have to sign on no paperwork because that's illegal in America, right? So
Right.
you're a bigamist, you're a felon if you do to your own African and Middle Eastern culture and tradition and biblical tradition and what the slave masters did to our daughters and y'all for 400 years, but now once we trying to do it the righteous way and correct the balance, we monsters or we side piece niggas or what I'm saying, we cheaters
Right.
or whatever. I can't share, like, all right, well, that's not nothing you force on nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? The woman has to be mature enough to say, you know what, I've been out here dealing with these dudes and they not committing and getting ran through. And every time, you know, I get lonely and, you know, he not there, or he, you know, whatever.
Right.
You know, and the clock is ticking. And we thinking, whether Jesus gonna send me my man, he probably been sent you your man. It's just somebody that you you had to share and shit, and you wasn't with it.
Right. Which
That
they
was
do
your
have
man.
that. Huh?
That was your man, but you said, no, I don't like that, God. I don't want that. I don't want to do that. So
That possibly could have been true, but I chose not to.
yeah, and your body, your choice.
Right.
But then you chose to go do the technical thing.
Got you.
And I get it because you gotta be able to exercise your power and experience what that is before you can even compare it to this other option. Like, so I get it, but y'all still at least gotta have an open mind. Okay, well, I tried that. I see what that is, and let me try this.
Mm-hmm.
After all else fails, you know what I'm saying? Every knee gonna bow to the mathematic truth anyway. So the mathematics can't be beaten. And even if you get one to yourself, some other female gonna be plotting on him if he quality. Not that he's weak or whatever, but you know, that's just what it is.
Which is true. That's, temptation is always there for
Yeah,
everybody.
it's not temptation though. So stop. I don't want you to look at it like that. I want you to look at it as if you blessed and y'all actually have a successful, blessed relationship and y'all got resources on all of that, and say right now that, you know, God forbid, you know, if you don't have a child, maybe we want to adopt, you know what I'm saying? Okay, that's you have the ability to do that, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But that's still that same principle applies with women that don't have a man. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It ain't what you want. Now, I don't want you to do that. Don't adopt no side piece, no other woman type shit. But that's really what's going on. That's really what's
Right.
going on. That's really what's going to have to go on if y'all going to even survive. Did you read in the comments?
No, I can't see any comments.
Oh.
I can't see anything. So what's being said? Or did you want to read a comment? Or
Because maybe it's a delay. Because it was a little
no,
silent. Yeah.
since I've been on here, I haven't been able to see any comments at all.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if it's my phone or what.
Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to, you know, to respect your question because that's a excellent question, and it's one of them taboo elephant in the room questions that everybody be scared to go at. So if you got the heart to ask it, I definitely respect it and appreciate your questions, and I'm trying to be upfront, like I be trying to tell the dudes to be, you know what I'm saying, be upfront. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I'm glad you brought me. I'm glad you told me to come on. I wanted to come on, but I'm like, oh, I just got the tub. We have my bonnet on and my robe.
But you natural though. You ain't got no. I don't see no fake facial parts. So I love that. So
No, I don't.
we
I
all
don't
salute
wear
that.
makeup. No tattoos. Once in a blue moon, when I think I'm doing something, I'll put on some lipstick,
Right.
maybe a little bit of mascara, and paint my nails with glitter polish. That's it.
y'all hear that, brothers? Right? You know, I ain't gonna get into your personals, but you looking pretty natural. Look like you're a conscious black queen. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to put you on an auction block. This ain't no dating show, but you know, all the real ones, the real men appreciate natural, especially when you said no tattoos. No
No,
makeup and no
I
tattoos.
don't believe in marking my body, and my parents raised us not to do that. And in a way, I regret getting my ears pierced. I wish I would have never got my ears pierced.
Man. So
So
now
yeah, and I
that's a plus. That's definitely a plus. I don't know what your health is or your diet. I don't know what you eat or do you work out and all of that. And like I said, this ain't no Kendra G or no uh, whatever they.
I know it's not.
Yeah, so I ain't on that, but the people that follow this channel is 95% male, black males.
Oh, I could tell because I just started following you, I think last week. Like at first, because I knew you had, your show, your
Mhm.
podcast, but then I could never find it. And then finally, I don't know what happened last week. So I've been on since like last week, I think. Yes, either last week or since week before last. So I was like,
Mhm.
okay, so I guess you come on at 7.
Yeah, West Coast time about 7 or 7:30, and East Coast time is like 10 or 10:30
Because
every
I'm
weeknight.
subscribed. Oh, sorry.
No, I said every weeknight.
Because I subscribe, but I'm not getting the notification.
Yeah, that's them folks. That's them alphabet folks because I be saying the other stuff that they don't like, so they don't send out my notifications.
So I've never gotten a notification once ever. So I always have to try to. I'm like, I know he come on probably around 7 or 7:30. So I have to always search your name in YouTube, and it still won't come up, and it'll take like 5 to 10 minutes for it to come up.
Yeah. So that's them folks. And let me read a couple of comments from some of the brothers that's talking about you. They said, "Oh, damn, they still exist." And then another one says, "Sending them applications, single brothers." And another brother said, "No tattoos." Yes. Another one say, "She's beautiful." Another one say, "Shout out to the sister for getting on the live, being natural." Telling you.
Oh, thank you. You have to forgive my house. It's going through renovations. I'm trying to renovate it. So
Yeah, no, yeah. We don't need no explanation. So we not dudes don't look at the house. You know what I'm saying? Real dudes is looking at you. So as long as you intelligent, as long as you natural, as long as you not scared, so you mature enough to even get on like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Mhm.
confident in your natural self. That's what older dudes like. We not old, like you know what I'm saying. I'm in my 50s, but the people that follow this channel is from 35 to 65, something like that. So these is
Okay.
all dudes that's solid, that thinks, we think alike for the most part. So, and I'm sure
Yeah.
there's go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah, because I've read the comments. So for the most part, everybody seemed mature except the other night. It was funny when that guy, what was his name, Dub,
Duh,
and
yeah.
and then the other guy from last night.
Oh, yoga, something like that. Yeah.
That
He,
was crazy. He just kept
man.
talking over you and talking over you. I'm like, man, shut up.
Yeah, I mean, he could talk, but don't yell. Like, don't like we ain't in no rush. Like, he wanted to hurry up and like say what he said and hang up on me. Like, damn, okay, man, all right, you got that.
That was funny. You said something like, what you trying to do? Play ding dong, bitch?
Man, I'm saying, oh man, but yeah, man, it's these YouTube streets though, man. So, um, and I'll always be asking like if you got any business, online business, or independent black business or black woman business, or something that you want to shout out that we can send some business your way.
I don't have official business yet. Hopefully, in the next 2 or 3 years, I'll have my own, hopefully, practice, but I don't have it as of right now.
Mhm. Well,
That's something I'm working towards because I work with autistic kids.
oh,
Um,
okay,
and I work
okay.
with kids that have autism, Asperger, and
Mm,
other behavioral issues.
yeah.
Right now, the majority of my clients have been boys.
Mm,
So I don't know why, but I have affinity for the little boys. I get along with the little boys.
yeah, yeah.
um, so that's I work right now as a behavioral technician.
Mm, man, that's
Yeah,
dope. That's
yeah,
dope.
but I finished this last term. I'm in school to be a behavioral analyst.
Mm,
Yeah. So that's why I was on your channel a couple of days ago asking if they knew of any like Black
Oh yeah,
mentors
yeah,
who
yeah. Appreciate it.
specialize in applied behavior, because I'm really seeking one out who could probably help me study and pass this exam so I could be a licensed behavioral analyst.
Got you, got you. Well, we sending that bat signal out again. Malika want to know if there's any, what you call it? I don't know what
Uh,
you do.
that's okay. Any Black mentors for applied behavior analysts specializing in children with autism, Asperger, or any other behavioral issues?
Yeah, yeah. So now you're a VIP regular, especially when your cause is that noble, especially for our people and our children. Because you said Black, you're looking for somebody Black to.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct, correct.
yeah. So you automatically got drafted to VIP status. So we're going to be needing a lot more of your energy and your healing spirit and intention, especially for our people. So, and we can talk about other stuff, like I said, relationship stuff or money or drama or
Hmm.
whatever too. But I just wanted to welcome you since you had the heart to show up instead of 304 up. You know what I'm saying?
Got it, got it, got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So anytime, man, you see me on and you got something to say or you want to share something, you hit the flow and we all gonna be quiet and we gonna listen to Malika.
Okay, okay. And I guess I must have missed, because I think you kind of, I don't know if you probably misinterpreted what I was trying to say, and maybe I misinterpreted, since I think when I got on, it was like 7:45 or so. I know you had been on over 30 minutes already, so maybe I missed the beginning of the conversation. But what I was just trying to say, that a lot of times, like I haven't personally experienced it, but I've seen a lot of my family members and friends experience it when they're with a guy and say, and it's been both ways, because it's weird. I have half my family members who were married and half my friends that have been married, and all of them are divorced except for maybe one couple. So
Mm.
they're all divorced. So when they've been with this person, whether they met them in high school, college, whatever, at a club, but supposedly they vetted them, and then they're with
Mhm.
them for years, and then things change, and then the guy has, I've seen it, he's taken off, he's it was, some of them have got blindsided. I will say that they honestly got blindsided. Others, well, from the outside looking in, others, it's like, I could clearly see that you probably should have never married him. Why did you? Like, why did you stay in that relationship? I saw it like the first day. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then other ones, once outside looking in, it
Mhm.
appeared like they had got blindsided. And then, when they take off with that other woman,
Mhm.
and this hasn't been all the time, but in a lot of cases, when they've taken off with that other woman, it's like they've forgotten their kids and their responsibilities, just because you don't want to be, with your ex-wife anymore, or whether they were not married, you don't want to be with the mother of your children, but you still have that responsibility.
Well, that's according to it's three sides of every story. You heard that. You know what I'm saying? So if you kind of like siding or advocating for the woman's side, it ain't really never no advocates for the man's side. You know what I'm saying? Up until recently, and
No, it takes two. It takes two. I do believe that they
yeah.
both
So
make bad decisions.
right, and you don't really never hear the male side because the males don't care about telling their side. Like they know what they know, or a lot of times they don't communicate. Like females say, y'all don't know how to communicate. We don't. We communicate. We just might not communicate verbally. You know what I'm saying? If you've grown out of, or you feel like like these entertainers I grew out of, we just grew apart, or the relationship wasn't serving me no more. Like I hear so many females saying that foolishness. Like the relation. So he's supposed to be your helpmeet. He's supposed to serve you, or are you supposed to help him to help you? You know, what is your belief system as a woman? You think y'all equal? Y'all got equal roles? Y'all got equal functions? You think
No,
that
I
he's
don't
supposed to be
believe
on your
that.
program, or are you supposed to be on his program? So that's all that feminism, tough, boss chick, you know, equal rights. Like the relationship didn't serve me. Like, okay,
Feminism.
let's see how this single shit. Let's see how these streets serve you then.
Right. No, and I do know, let me see. I know at least one, two, three, probably about 4 or 5 cases um where I was you know, personally involved, like a good friendship
Mm-hmm.
with these people where the dudes were actually dogs. So about 4 or 5 where it was
I
and
get
one
you.
of them probably looking, so I won't say his name. I think he
Yeah,
watched your
don't say
show.
nobody's name. Don't say no names and shit.
But yeah, I do know about 4 or 5 where they just took them through the ringer and lied, and I had to get involved and be a witness. So I know it's not always the man; it could be the woman too. So I'm not trying to defend uh, either,
Well, you
either
actually
side.
are. You actually are. You are defending the woman's side. And that's why I'm defending the man's side. If you
Well,
was
both.
balanced, if you was balanced, I would just be quiet.
No, because both do. It takes two. It takes two.
Well, I haven't heard what was the woman's fault. What was the woman's blame?
Oh, well,
Because you saying he was a
so
dog
so
and he was the this and he's seen that right away. What did you see right away from the women?
so I had so past tense. I had a friend. She was messing with 2 guys. sh- how can I explain this story? Okay, so she already had a kid, let's say by A. And then she started messing with B because her and A were no longer, they were never a couple, like how you were saying before, how some women, they're never in a relationship. So she was never in a relationship with this dude. She was just, dealing with him off and on for some years. And then voila, she got pregnant by A. And then, like, after she had the child, then he was really not dealing with her anymore in a sense, are really there for the kid. So then she's messing with B, and then somehow A pops back in. She's messing with A again, and then she gets pregnant again. Well, now it's a whole thing of like, who's the daddy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. So, but ultimately, all of it is, people can change. You might have had a real good dude, but then he cracked and he went left somewhere in the relationship, or you might have had a real good female and then she turned at some point in the relationship. So it don't mean that they was lying from the beginning. They might have been really good people in the beginning, and they ran into a trial or a trauma or something got triggered somewhere along the line of relationship, and they cracked. They turned. So you got to consider that. Um, and but we hear more of the crying from the female. Like the female is accusing the man, he cheated and he did this, he didn't. No, the women cheat more
Well,
than men. Women cheat more than men, and they just better at it.
which is, I believe that, but this is what I have to tell you, because I had to put her on the spot and she got kind of mad at me. And then I think when I did that, she stopped coming to venting to me, because so the second child turned out to be A, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, she used to come and vent to me about just him, like, oh, it's all him, blah 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 blah. And I had to tell her, well, you knew before you got with him what type of person he was. You were never in a seriously committed relationship with him ever, ever. It's always been this, tag situation off and on for years. So why do you feel I guess, how can she was expecting, and it's true, he wasn't spending enough time with the kids, but just worry about the kids. But she was worrying about, like, what benefits should she be getting? You get where I'm coming from? And it's like,
Absolutely.
you have no benefits because, one, you knew what it was when you've been dealing with him all these years, and like, you were never his woman, never married. Just stick to him, just worrying about him getting the kids and dealing with the kids. Like, you're xed out of it. So she didn't like that. We're no longer friends.
I mean, but life ain't about what we like or what we want. It's about what we need and about what should be done, what must be done. So
Right.
the men that have children, of course, yeah, we should take care of children, but we have to be able to take care of children through the child's mother. And if the child's mother is not cooperating, then it's going to be a lose-lose. And men know that, okay, I'm not going to be held hostage or put through some extra, drama of you using my biological children as some kind of weapon to hurt me or to try to get me to do what you want me to do. So I'll just leave it all the way alone. You know what I'm saying? You just robbed our child of their father because you got your own emotional, personal agenda that you think that I'm supposed to get down like, and you didn't have that agenda when you was cocking them legs open. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have no understanding, when we was doing all this for this many years or whatever. So how now you trying to hold me, you trying to, rat me out. If that's really ratting, like, well, so who you telling? Who you telling on who? You telling on the child support people? You telling on who? The court system? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because if you wanted to go Planned Parenthood the child, I wouldn't have no say so. So why do you got to say so? Like, what's the difference now that if you wanted to eliminate the child or raise it, I didn't have no say so. So why should I be on the hook? You know what I'm saying, for a child? I'm not saying that this is right, but this is the logic of dudes like that you opening your legs to, that you're not married to.
True. And I'm glad you kind of brought that up, because this kind of segues into this. So what do you think about a guy? Because I had two friends go through this. Um, how can I say it? Well, they had kids. I'll just use one example. He had a kid with a lady, well, actually two, and he was doing what he was supposed to. They were never together, never together, but he was still uh, giving her money every week because he was working two jobs, giving her money every week for the kids, dropping off all whatever they needed, diapers, formula, blah, 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 every week as well. Well, then, because she couldn't have him because he was married, she couldn't have him because he was married, but he was still taking care of those kids. She kept the kids away from him she kept them away, telling them lies. Her mother was like putting lies in, the grandmother was putting lies into the kids' heads as well. So now they're grown, they're in their early 20s, living their life. And he's trying to have a relationship with them, but it's kind of hard because you don't want to how can I say, because I told him, you can't really down talk the mother or the grandmother because that's who they were raised with. And at the end of the day, when you do that, you're calling their mother and grandmother a lie. They're not really going to believe it. Maybe not, but you should just move forward. Just tell your side of the story. Just tell your side of the story and, build moving forward, your relationship with them. What you think
Was the
about?
mother and the grandmother lying?
Oh, about him. Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
why can't he say that they was lying?
Because it's just gonna because it's just gonna cause, and if I don't want to say too much,
No, don't say too much. So but the point that I'm saying, that I don't care how nobody feels about the truth. If I'm
okay,
trying to establish a relationship and I'm trying to step up, and y'all are grown now and y'all can hear this, this is what it is. I don't have to bash your mother or but the truth ain't bashing, right? If
which
it
is
say if they say what, they was never together, the question is why was they never together? You know what I'm saying? It's because the
because
mother didn't want to conform her life and be with him under his program. They probably could have been together, even though he was married. You still
mhm,
could be with him. Y'all already doing it. Y'all already producing children. You already
mhm,
are together. What are you talking about? That's just the illogical irrationality of females. You're already together. Y'all got children together. You still smashing. What are you talking about? You are together. You are with him.
mhm.
You just couldn't have him your way. You couldn't make him get rid of his wife or whatever craziness that you probably was on. So you was never together with him. He clearly was together with you because he gave you 2 children, right? Or he gave you some children.
It's I didn't say too much about it. I won't speak, but
All right, yeah. But I
I didn't say
appreciate
too
that.
much. It's more convoluted than that, but excuse me, but basically the kids were brainwashed.
No,
So
most of us are. Most of us are brainwashed by the mother, the single mother that takes us in her bitterness and her anger because she can't have her way with our fathers.
that was true.
And then they dump that poison and that bitterness or whatever, that emotionalism, talking against the father on the children, on the child's, on the men's children. And
True.
they think F that nigga. I ain't got no daddy, that ain't my daddy or whatever, until they get old enough and can have a conversation. And then he don't have to bash them, but he can tell them the truth. Like no, this never happened like that, and I always wanted to be there, and this, and they said this, but I don't care about your feelings. I already ain't been there for you. I may as well tell you the truth. How's it gonna hurt me? How's it gonna hurt you? It's hurting you because you thought that I was a monster. You thought I didn't care, I didn't love you, or something like that. So you already been hurt the worst. It's time to
Okay.
redistribute some of this pain. Shit.
Yeah, but when it's I hear you and I do believe that, but it's other stuff involved, and it's just a very sticky situation. And I'll just say this because their mother passed away a few years ago.
Oh, okay. Well then yeah, you
So,
can.
and it's just the grandmother. So it's like, do you really want to, like, if you really state the facts now, it's like, well, why didn't you say it when she was alive? And
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
why you putting salt on our mother's name? You get what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. If he knew where they was at, then yeah, he could have tried to attempt this communication before she passed away or whatever. So yeah, you right about that.
That's why I'm telling him, just don't even bad talk the mother, the grandmother, just let it be. Just try to continue to form the relationship now, and build on the relationship you have with them, because they already, you know, are slowly letting you in, and but yet they're still on edge. So
Yeah.
just let it be.
Well, let it be until you see the maturity, or y'all see that y'all can talk to the level where you can kind of let some of that truth out. But it's the spirit that you tell the truth in. If you tell the truth in a non-hateful or non-judgmental or condemning the mama because she's not here to defend herself, then you can get the truth across. It's just how you deliver it. It's how you give it to them.
Yeah, that could be in certain cases, but then everybody's not ready for the truth.
Well, they're not ready to be on this planet then. the truth, certain truths, it's hard to digest, but it depends on what the impediment. If the truth, if that information is necessary and required for the children to get understanding or to get closure or whatever that, because I'm not just gonna let you hate me and look at me like I was the villain just because your mom's not here no more.
Right.
I'm here. I got to still live with you. I still got to try to patch this relationship up. So, if you ask me certain questions, then I'm gonna have to answer them. I just got to answer them in the wisest, most considerate way possible. But I'm not. People's emotions are not my law. I don't submit to people's emotions. I got to tell the truth regardless of whom or what. So it's just about how can I get this truth across to you.
Well, we did, and I'm glad you said we did have that conversation. He did say, well, if they ask certain questions, I'm going to say it truthfully. And I said, well, I do agree with that, but just let me tell you what happened back in blah, 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 blah. Like, don't do it. Like, don't do it like that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No, you sound like you a wise counselor or a wise advisor. So, yeah, everything is sticky and touchy when it comes to us. We got so much trauma and we got so much pain and wounds and stuff that we dealing with that is really just being considerate, telling the truth, but just being considerate about how you tell it. Don't bust somebody over the head with the medicine.
Yeah. Small doses.
Yep, small doses. Well, man, I've been on here for a minute, Malika, and I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, giving this God woman energy, this balance, this feminine balance energy. So, like I said, you got a VIP slot over here. So whenever you see me on and something you want to add to, please hop on with me.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right. So yeah, on that note, I'm gonna hop off of here. Peace again, the system. I'm about to say, how do I pronounce the last name? Sheik or Chic? Madon, you still there? Madon, you still there?
Oh yeah. I was still. That was a good bill, man. I was definitely good to hear the sister voice, and she got to sound like she's got a good heart.
Yeah. And maturity, you know what I'm saying? So it seemed like she probably been through the fire, been to hell and back maybe once or twice. So, calm and relaxed, and you know what I'm saying? Not no loud mouth, not no cackling. So
Right.
that's very refreshing.
Yeah. She seemed like the type that won't make you want to what I forgot how I said in the book, make you want to sit on the roof of the house or something. She definitely
Yeah, not no contentious, at least not yet. I don't know how you get if you was in a relationship with a man, but at least on YouTube, the YouTube streets energy, you know what I'm saying? Salute to Malika. Anything else you want to say? I'm gonna hop off here in 3 minutes. Anything you want to get off?
No, I say salute, man. I just say the other questions I got for the next time you live, man, because it might have to, it might prolong the you know what I'm saying, the live. So I just save them for the next time you hop on, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Well, man, on that note, this is day one of the end of grace, January 1st, New Year's, KAM Live, Campaign Trail, KAM Joy Trail, with my correspondent on the streets, on these YouTube streets, Madon Komet, and it's just security in them is upstairs, so I'm gonna end this one off by myself. Salute G from the Bay. Salute Third Eye. I seen you, but we're gonna have to get to it a little later. Salute Jamila, and Michael Love. Steed, salute. On that note, man, we outro. God willing, until tomorrow. Peace.